vehicle?
Yeah. I'm at Grace Church Road. I went to Waynesboro to bring this man down to this address. And now he's trying to force his way into a house. I'm afraid to move my vehicle. They're fighting in there.
It's inside the house now?
Yeah,
You have your doors locked?
it's open. I'm in a van.
You need to make yourself safe, okay? Even if you've got to drive away from there to get away from him and close that and lock that door. Do that for me now, please.
Okay, wait a minute.
Okay. I was too busy looking at the comment when Miss Dog Lover said, why didn't this woman lock her doors? You know, I've actually, Miss Dog Lover, been trying to find that 911. I remember watching the video. At the time, I was looking for 911 calls. And I've been trying to go back and find that video quite a few times. And I can't seem, like, I know it's out there, but I can't seem to find it. Anyways, hello, everybody. Happy Friday. Right, Tommy? Happy Friday.
Okay.
Wait, what does he do all the time? Wait.
Welcome, Alexa.
Yep.
Hello, how are you?
Yeah. Alexa's just doing her time behind bars.
If Alexa's a little choppy, I'm so sorry, but I'm not.
You're not.
Can you
not
guys
home.
hear me? Oh no, come on.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm not home and I'm a little laggy, so I apologize. Hopefully, I'll be home. Not that I think at home it will make any difference, but
Right. You don't seem laggy on our end.
No.
okay, that's good.
Anyway, so let's just quickly give the shout outs here. Hey Mustang, how are you? Happy Friday, guys. Alexa's in the house. Shelly's in the house. Miss Dog Lover said she was first. Tommy Baker's in the house. Tommy gets one of those. He gets that. Yeah. Okay. Forever Young. Hi, everyone. Oh, I wish. Happy Friday. Deb's in the house. Hey, Deb. Smack that like button on your way in. It's a Crime and Shame's in the house. Miss Dog Lover, I said Streamlabs is here. Jay Moon. Hey, Jay Moon. Elaine. Hey, Elaine. Patricia Tent. Y'all have a great evening. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
See-Through's in the house. Hey, See-Through. And Jess. Hey, Jess. How are you? And see, there's Tommy Baker. See, he's known for that. Vertigo. Hola. Hola.
Hey, Vertigo.
Now, Ginger's in the house. Hey, Ginger.
Hey, Ginger.
Every time whenever I say ginger, I think of ginger beef.
Right.
Yeah, that's my first forethought. What do you guys think? When I hear the word ginger, I'm just thinking, for me, I'm thinking of Chinese food and ginger beef. Not that ginger is ginger beef.
Right.
Which is Nicole. Hey, Boston Christian, how are you? And let's see who else. We got Justice Jane. We got a Justice Jane in the house. Hey, Justice Jane. Grandma watches.
Hey, Grandma.
Mm-hmm.
Good to see you. Hey, Jess.
What's this? Alexa, don't tell Sunny and Aspen you are my favorite. I promise that I won't tell Alexa that you said that. In fact,
Shelly, in that case, no one tells Shelly that it's spelled Youre.
Right. Okay. I know, right? I'm like the worst at English myself. People are always correcting me because I just really shortcut everything. Honestly, like I couldn't even tell you when it, like back in school, I could use your, whatever, but now I don't care. I just abbreviate as fast as I can. I'm just too lazy to add usually those type of things, apostrophes and that. I'm up at 2 a.m. gone at 2 a.m. doing stupid things like dyeing my hair. Ooh, you know what? I have a dye in my bathroom that's waiting for me too. But it's not. Go ahead.
Sorry, no. You have a dye in your bathroom. What?
Yeah, but that's pretty much it. It's gonna get used at some point, but not. It's not too great yet.
I wanted to say hi to Deb really quick, and for anyone that's not subscribed, Deb is 5 or 6 people away from 600 subscribers. So if you're not subscribed to Deb's channel, go over and make sure you hit the subscribe button. She puts out great videos, and you won't regret it. She's, of course, one of our very favorite members of the It's a Crime and Shame family.
So if 5 people can unsubscribe from Aspen's channel, and then those people go.
If that's what it takes, you know what?
On there.
Go for it.
Yeah, Deb can drop her link. She knows that. Drop your link as you feel there, Deb. Woohoo! Let's get Deb. Yeah, I'm already subscribed. So, mind you, I probably do have a couple other accounts that I've made, or channels, I should say. Probably sure I got a couple in there.
Now I know why Deb wants me to make an account for Beatrice.
Yeah, for Beatrice. Why am I not subscribed to Deb? I'll do it immediately. Are you not subscribed to Deb, Miss Dog Lover? No. Anyways, again, happy Friday, everybody. Actually, you know why I love Fridays? Alexa, why do you love Fridays? If you do, what do Fridays?
I don't have to do homework with the kids, so that's my favorite part of Fridays. They come home and I don't have to worry about doing homework.
and you Adam,
or having to study. So that's the best thing.
I get it. Yeah, for kids. What about you, Aspen? I'll try to call you Aspen.
You know what? Friday is really no different than any other day for me. So I love it as much as I love every other day.
Is that because you work Saturdays?
No, I'm actually, I'm not working tomorrow. So,
okay.
now that I've cut my schedule back, I'm sure a lot of people know, since I've been spending more time up at my parents' house helping out with my niece, I've cut my hours back at the salon, and it's working out really well. But it definitely makes the days feel a little bit more discombobulated.
Yeah.
Because, the days just kind of go from one to the other.
The question is, what do you like? What do you like better? You like doing the salon, or you like taking care of your needs better?
I like that I have the opportunity to do both, to be honest. I'm really grateful for the fact that I'm able to help with my niece, and I enjoy it. But I, of course, still enjoy being in the salon and being an adult.
I'm an adult. I can do what I want.
I'm sure your clients are going crazy.
Well, it's taken a little bit of strategic scheduling, but so far it's working out, and it's kind of a trial to see how things will go. But
Deb says
you have to do sometimes.
Sorry to interrupt. Deb says she's one away. Who isn't subscribed to Deb that's watching right now? Is there anybody that's not subscribed to Deb that can go hit subscribe, get her to the 600? Is there one person in here that's not subscribed to Deb? Deb, did you drop your channel? Did she drop her link?
Yeah, she did.
Okay, good. On there. I like Fridays because that means my husband's home and he gets to stay home. That's why I love Fridays. Because then I know it just feels so much more relaxing. It's like, now I got husband for 2 days. Yay. Shame on. Oh, which reminds me, now he's been here 8 years in 1 day. I don't know if any of you guys all saw it, but did you guys enjoy the whipped cream and strawberry story?
I'm just waiting for the keyboard side of the story.
Yeah. It's funny how people remember certain things and other people don't, because only when my husband said it did I remember that. Yeah, because obviously when you got, meaning that's my typing thing, right? So I was just sitting there like trying to lick it back off. I totally forgot about that. Memory was too focused on in the head of the sliding in slow and then just plop the sound. Meteor hit Carroll County tonight.
Well, I mean, it makes perfect sense.
Is that Kelly Taylor? Is that true?
Sure, it's not the comet,
Yeah.
the newspaper,
Is that a joke?
Carroll County Comet.
Yeah, I just joined Deb. There she goes. 600. Thanks, everyone. There you
Thank
go.
you, everyone.
Wait, hold on. Is she being serious? Because is she just kidding? Because Kelly usually doesn't.
Like I said, hey, the newspaper is called the Comet, so
Let me just ask her. Okay, hold on. Hamilton Emergency Management. Yes, I'm serious. Oh, okay. See the article. Okay, you guys, let's look at an article. Okay, apparently she's serious. Let's see here. Where's the article? I just opened it up.
yeah. Oh, and I'm only 100. I'm only like 90 away from hitting 2,000. So if you want to subscribe to my channel,
Hold on. Where did I just open it up? I just opened it up, Kelly. Hold on. Carroll County, HTTP. Oh, it's on Twitter. That's why I was not seeing it. So Twitter. Okay. Let's see here, guys. Let's see what's going on here. Okay. Pilots in Kentucky saw a meteor to the north. A lightning detection system picked up something over Carroll County. See attached. The current theory is there was a sonic boom from a meteor. I don't know what to say about that. What? You sure it wasn't my big fart? You heard the sonic boom? That sounds more practical. Let's see. Pilots in Kentucky saw a meteor north. Hamilton County emergency. The current,
hey, Callie.
Yeah. I'm not even sure what to say about it. Is everybody okay in Indiana and Carroll County? Everybody all good? Yeah. I'm going to create another channel.
Hey, Ben.
Deviled eggs. Oh, yeah. So, Callie, what's it supposed to be about? So there's, I don't even know. Meteor. They saw it over Carroll County. Did it pass Carroll County and then keep going? Hey, not feeling well, so listening in.
Aw. Feel better, Callie.
Yeah.
I always find a nice stiff cocktail makes me feel a little better.
Oh, okay. Alexa, did you think what he was going to say? Because he was like, I always feel like a nice stiff cocktail, and then he finishes it off on there.
Hold on, be right back.
Yeah, okay. There was one last week. They're offering dollars for it. Oh, well, Callie, get your ass down to where the meteor landed. If it landed in Carroll County, and we'll get our island. There you go. Upstairs hallway. Is that you, Adam? Thanks. I ate something bad. Okay. So question for you guys. So someone sent me some pictures today of like the cameras in the courtroom. Have you guys ever seen pictures really of the cameras that are in the actual Carroll County courtroom? Now, granted that these are the cameras probably from, when C-19 happened. And is it, 19 happened. But someone was gracious enough to, send me exactly where the cameras were in the courtroom. And I think most people haven't seen them. Like, they know that there is some.
Right.
But, yeah. So, I was sent them, so I thought I would share them with you guys. Well, me.
Yes.
Send them, yeah. And then I have a question as well. I was frozen. It was a frozen food, if you can believe that. Nope, can't. Yes, there's been Carroll County. Now, my question is as well, guys.
Thank you, J Moon.
Yeah. Like, Adam, do you ever think that because the trial is not going to happen tomorrow and it's probably not going to happen at all this year, do you actually think that maybe when it's time that it will ever go on, be like, where you can watch it? You think?
Well, I feel a little conflicted on it, and I don't mean to ride the fence, but I feel like, I personally feel like we're a year away from this trial happening, at the earliest, probably. I feel like because of the size of Carroll County courthouse, it makes sense that they would have cameras. Conversely, because of the size of the courthouse, the cameras are also going to create a little bit more of a circus atmosphere. There's already going to be a circus atmosphere, clearly, but the cameras then could create more of a national circus atmosphere because of attention. I mean, we've all seen in the Alec Murdaugh trial, the Johnny Depp trial. Remember, people were staying 2 nights outside to get tickets to the Johnny Depp trial, and that was a much bigger courtroom. But then again, Judge Frankel also was one of the pilot judges for the program to introduce cameras into Indiana. And so that makes me think that she will allow them. So if you ask me today, I would say that yes, they will have cameras in the courtroom televising the trial. But a lot can change in a year if we even make it to trial.
I like go ahead, Alexa.
What about the fact that they are minors? Because I know that sometimes when they're minors, they might not air them. They might not have cameras. So what do you think about that?
You would probably know that better than I. I mean, that's a very good point. I hadn't really thought about that aspect. I mean, I guess it's just ingrained in my head that they're minors. So
I was going to say, because that's exactly what I was thinking today, Alexa, just what you said there. I was like, as much as I think we all would love to be able to watch it, but because they're minors, I don't know that it will because of that. Because, even though Richard Allen isn't a minor, but obviously,
right.
Abby and Libby were minors.
And how do you guys feel about that personally? Like, are you okay, to hear about, even though they're minors and hear all those details? I'm okay with that.
Listen. We got Letitia Stouch or whatever her name is, Stouch or whatever, and those are all that's a minor child right there.
Well, we have the Lori Vallow; those are minors.
Those are minors. Yeah.
So,
Kelly, some like Lori Vallow, yeah, they are doing the login, but I know in the Alec Murdaugh trial, people showed up, and in the Johnny Depp trial. So I don't know if that just is a jurisdiction thing, depending on the state and their laws, or how But yeah, it's a much smarter way to do it is to log in and get a number.
Yeah. Yeah. How many people in this chat? 69 people. 69 people. What a good number. How many people in this chat are actually following the Daybell case? Is anybody in here watching? Just put a 1 if you are, just to see how many people are actually following the Lori Daybell.
Yeah,
I watch her when I can. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they would be. Let's see. Libby would be 20, and Abby would be 19, right?
Yeah. That's what I was about to say. Right. Yeah.
Getting ready to turn 20 in June.
Isn't it? Yeah. Isn't it so weird how, that's literally how old, they would be.
Yeah. Well, you can see it, I know, if anyone, if any of their friends that those girls are all now that age. So
yeah,
it is odd to see that, that some of them are getting married and they're in college, and I can't imagine what that feels like for the families to see,
Yeah. It's there seems to be a couple of no's, and then PJ's second chance. Hey, PJ says kind of am. I'm okay with minor victims being televised. I think it's our constitutional right. Yeah. I do like watching trials that I'm interested in for sure. Like I really truly enjoyed watching Johnny Depp, especially with his little sarcastic remarks back to the thing.
And of course, selfishly, I want to see I want to see all of it, televised.
Yeah. Yeah. Carroll. Yes. So most people, East Idaho News. Yeah. That, I really like that guy. Can't think of his name off the top of my head, but he's the one that covers like the Dylan Rounds case. I really like the East Idaho News guy.
You mean that like the Ken doll looking one?
Is that what you think?
He's on NBC. He's he's the NBC person in Idaho from Boise. He's got the coiffed hair and like the lip gloss.
Yeah.
He looks like a Ken doll.
Yeah. Your best friends here, GMF3. He says, when are we getting to the Delphi case? Not here for the Daybell case. Cheers.
We are talking about the.
Well, we're letting you.
We're talking about cameras in the courtroom.
Yeah.
In relation to the Delphi case, and we just talked about the Daybell case for context because they're also minors. You must have tuned in a little late.
No, GMF3 comes in here, says something like that each time. Not Sunshine Country Chickens. Okay, so they're not Sunshine Country Chickens. Hey, peeps, flit up some hearts. That's right, you guys, flit up some hearts. Okay, so I'm just going to quickly show you guys the cameras that are. So there's the one, obviously, you guys can see that's, right there up on the chandelier. The other one is, of course, right here. We're going to watch them right there up in the corner. So there's 4 cameras total. That's a different one. And this one, and then there's another one behind this chandelier over there on there. And again, so thank you to the said person that sent me these. Said person happened to be in the courthouse, and said person was kind enough to share them with me.
Do you want to know why they were in the courthouse? No kidding.
Yeah. No, just kidding. But so I just wanted to share them with you guys because this person was gracious enough to share them. I thought, I'll share the cameras with you just to show you where they are in placement of it. But most people are, like I said, most people probably never seen them because they just know that there's cameras in there because obviously of that. Let's see here. Alexa.
Yes.
Hi.
Hi, sorry. I just have you mute because there are people around me, so I didn't want to be rude.
Yeah. No problem. You know what, Alexa, I don't want to inconvenience.
No, you're not. I'm almost done. I'm just waiting for the lady. Like she just texted me that she's on her way. So.
Oh, okay.
I'm like 5 minutes away from my going home.
Okay.
So.
All right. Delphi. Okay. So yesterday we were talking about the motions that had come up and what a subpoena deuces tecum is and stuff like that.
Tecum.
Yeah. And we were talking about, like obviously the motion doesn't say what it's about. Alexa, do you believe it's about to do with the medical issues, like a medical issue, mental health issues?
I don't know. I mean, honestly, I don't. It could be anything. I was asking a friend of mine that he's a lawyer, and he said that it could be from anything from medical to job. It could be anything. So I don't know.
Well, just for the fact of that they had brought up about movement of him, like the whole thing, of course, prior to that coming out was about the whole, his mental health and all that stuff. And then, and then all of a sudden, like I said, these motions come out.
And also, wasn't he supposedly he went to he was in a hospital?
Supposedly,
allegedly.
Yeah.
So maybe that will come into play.
Right.
Maybe this is what it's about.
Right. Because there were 4 different subpoenas. So, it could be for different facilities. It could be for different doctors. Yeah. It could be, a combination.
I would think it's probably, like different ones, to be honest with you. Different things that they're trying to get from, to do with probably the mental health state. And I don't know, because I mean, you already discussed this. Like Cass County doesn't have the capability of housing.
They do their mental health outpatient.
What do you guys in chat all think it's about? Do you guys think it's about that to do with the mental health
Who
issues?
filed the motion, by the way? Do we know?
The state.
The state. Okay.
Right, because speculatively, the defense would already have the information, from their client, because they'd probably be the ones.
Yeah. No, but it would be, yeah. Okay. Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, because I mean, that was the other thing that made me, really think it's probably medical related, is the fact that the state is the one that requested. But it could be, you're right. It could be a job. The other thing that I was told by a lawyer was that it could be bank statements. But just with given everything we know lately, the health and mental health thing made the most sense to me.
Yeah,
I agree. I think so too. But if it's 4, it could be one for each, right? It could be banks. It could be all of that.
Yeah. Yeah. What do you guys in chat think? What a banger! Oh, my husband. That's all I hear lately is banger. Well, I didn't say lately, but it's because it's so funny when you hear certain words that another country uses. I like the word lovely.
I love that word.
Lovely.
It's a lovely word.
I know it's a lovely word. But my husband's always like, him and Ryan are always like, oh man, that's
the word
bad.
lovely, sometimes it depends who, because sometimes people say it and it sounds so fake. So it depends who says it. I mean, I like the word, but sometimes it sounds too fake. Especially like when I hear the YouTubers and they're like, my lovelies. And it's like, oh my God, it sounds so fake.
Doesn't Steffer do that? Steffer, do you say that?
No,
she says hello, lovelies.
But she says it, but it doesn't sound fake because she's like that kind of, she's sweet, sweet person. So it matches her personality, but it's just some people doesn't match.
Jay Moon said, I think mental health records are protected. And that's an important point, because part of also why I believe the mental health thing is what these are, is because there was the immediate motion to also keep them sealed so that they're completely not made public, and that would go, because of HIPAA, that would go hand in hand with if the prosecution is going to be given the mental health records of Richard Allen, it would make sense that they would also motion or file a motion to keep them sealed.
Yeah. I was stuck on that too, Miss Dog Lover. I had a thick sausage today. I just wanted you to know. I was thick. And it was a sausage. Thank you. Let's see. Lori Double Kiss I listen to every evening as soon as they put them on the YouTube. It's really the only trial I watch so far, but too bad no cameras. I know that one's just voice recording, isn't it? You just got to hear. I know it's not the same, is it? But it's better than zilch. It's better than zero, but not as great as if there were cameras. Yeah. What is it called? The HIPAA law?
HIPAA. Yeah.
The HIPAA law. Yeah. It's protected.
Maybe they should go to a priest and see if he confessed his sins. They use darling. I don't know that I hear darling so much. Maybe, I don't know.
Right. Yeah, and Kelly, Kelly says in the Parkland shooter case, all the psych evaluations were shown in the court, and he was a minor at the time. And absolutely, they could be shown in court. It's just the motion is to suppress them from the public until court. I mean, that of course everything in court is open to being as long as approved by the judge being put into court.
If you could just answer that question, Adam.
Nope.
Yep. Nope. I cannot say that I have not sinned, and I probably should see a priest and for that big sausage that I had today. Yeah. Okay. Alexa, keep it clean, all right? Cleaner. Alexa always trails off to the dirty thoughts when we're trying to just keep it clean here. I don't think it will apply to RA case. The defense is making accusations of psychosis. I don't know anything about that stuff. Like, meaning I know that there's obviously privacy acts and, for records and different stuff like that. But what Steph is saying there, I don't think HIPAA will apply in RA's case because the defense is making accusations of. Would that somehow overrule it?
Yeah. Yeah, but I think that this is just a simple case of not wanting it to be made public, which I agree with that. I don't think the public has any right to Richard Allen's psych history, at this point. I mean, would I like it? Of course. But do I think we have a right to it? No.
Yeah. 1 second, Adam. Bianca, of course, the Orrin and Orson case I know very much about. And I know that they were arrested and charged. But they never found them yet, did they, Bianca? The boys? I don't think so. I was just always hoping that they were like sold, But
I know we're talking about Delphi. I was looking into that Minnesota mom that Maddie that's missing. That case is really heating up.
Which one?
The mother that's missing in Minnesota.
I know we were supposed to actually cover that, and I totally forgot. But yet I keep seeing more and more creators touching on it now.
Yeah, it's definitely, I think, it's gonna be the next kind of case that a lot of people are all over.
Yeah, because you had brought that one up before really anyone was talking about it too much.
Yeah, well, it was the night it came out, the night that
what was her name again?
Madison Kingsbury.
Madison Kingsbury.
Yeah.
I think right now it's because there's a lot of different things going on. My brain is like, okay, Nicola Bully, okay, Delphi, okay, thinking in my head about Idaho 4, watching some of the Letitia stuff, watching a little bit of the Lori Vallow. I just feel like I'm just my head spinning a little bit with everything that is kind of going on. But then, so I ended up kind of forgetting about that one. But I've seen some more creators bringing it up lately. I don't know if they're just, bored of some other cases going on and they're touching on that now, type of thing.
It's got some twist to it for sure. I mean, the little bit that I've looked into it, there's, there's a father, there's a boyfriend, there's,
Oh yeah, right, yeah. I'm gonna have to look.
Poor girl. I mean, and the poor kids.
Yeah, I know. I always hate it when kids are impacted by anything. Alexa, have you heard of that one? The Madison Kingsbury?
She might be busy with that. The person
she might be, yeah. I doubt the shirt and Delphi is secretive. Yeah, Flora girls. I wonder if Flora will ever. Do you ever think? Okay, you guys in the chat. One, if you think Flora at some point, it doesn't matter, at some point, 5 years, 10 years, does anyone think that Flora will ever find justice to figure that somebody will ever be brought in on charges for Flora? Just simply 1 yes, 2 no, or 3 maybe. I mean, we can all say maybe though. Ruckus has good ones. What?
Until last month, I didn't think that Ray Hanisch was gonna see justice. So I won't say
Karina.
I won't say never say never. I'll say never at this point. Because I really thought if you put Delphi, Karina, Ray, and Flora all together, Ray is the one I thought stood the least chance to get solved or to get justice.
Ooh, most people are no on that one, huh? Yeah. And and that's the thing too. That's the thing is that Karina's wasn't looking very hopeful.
And now he's fired, and now his lawyer wants off. I'm like,
and Ray Hanisch didn't think that one was, and now what, Adam?
Well, Flint Farmer's lawyers is left the case,
right.
So I'm sure that's going to add a delay.
That's going to add another delay. Yeah, for sure. I haven't been in the gardens.
Yeah, of course, Ginger. There's, I mean, the amount of money being devoted to the cases.
Yeah, Delphi.
Yeah, I mean, hands down, of course.
Karina, I figured would because her GMA would not give up. Well, the
Thank God.
thing is, hindsight tells us. I mean, honestly, hindsight tells us again with it's just every time really these cases, honestly, and I'm sure Flora's the same. Karina, slop case, slop, slop, slop. Put the grandmother and the family members through pure hell when all they had to do was go collect that carpet, which had blood on it, you know, et
All
cetera,
they
et
had to do
cetera,
was
et
listen to
cetera.
Jerry McClurkin.
Yeah, that's all they needed to do, right? But no. Delphi, a big F up if I've ever seen one. I was just literally talking with Lewis about that today. It hurts. Delphi hurts my brain. It truly does. It actually hurts my brain, but it pisses me off. It pisses me off of the sloppiness of it. The okay, here's a perfect example. Let's do a perfect example of that right here, guys. Okay. Do you guys remember? Like me and Lewis were talking about this today, and Lewis brought it up to me, but it reminded me of it. Do you guys remember when they cleared the older sketch? Do you guys remember that when they cleared the older sketch? They said that they'd been looked into, and that basically the older sketch had been cleared. Do you remember that, Adam?
I remember when they said pay no attention to the old man sketch anymore. I don't
That
remember
was a
them.
different one.
I don't remember
Yeah,
them clearing it, but but
they
that's
actually did. Yeah,
okay.
they actually had. It's not really actually talked about, Adam, too much, to be honest with you. You know, it's not that conversation for some reason is out there still, but it never really got talked about besides, you know, like when I would read it and I would know about it, and they cleared that sketch. They basically said that, oh, thank you, Miss Dog Liver. That's what do you got? What do you got?
Oh, thank you, Miss Dog Lover.
The one case which continues to
And you know what? The anniversary of that was the other day,
was it
the 18th.
Missy Bevers.
oh
They have CCTV of the perpetrator in the church and a car outside. Why no leads?
They have CCTV on the perpetrator in the church. Carroll side, why no leads? Okay, so that's the case that Tom Webster follows, and
Yeah, that was his intro to true crime, I think, right?
yeah. Now, my thing is this. I went and took a look at Missy Bevers for the fact I wanted to kind of know about the story. But, you know, this is what I'm going to tell you about Missy Bevers. Unless someone knows who did it, or unless someone can, you know, knows that somewhat weird walk a little bit, like this person's 1 foot kind of does an odd little outage.
I still think that's like a woman.
You know what, Adam?
I mean, everything logically tells me it wouldn't have been a woman perpetrator, but that to me, when I look at that video, I feel like I'm watching a woman.
You know what, Adam? I'm gonna agree and say the same thing. So, but that's the thing, is that I've watched that video multiple times. I've taken my own pictures. I've zoomed in on somebody else that had really good pictures. I think it looks more like a male. Hold on. Sorry. In the footage, to me, it looks like a female. It looks like I'm just gonna put this out there. It looks like a black female is what I think it is. It might not be, but the body shape of this woman, it just seems like a big beefy, basically black female to me. Totally could be wrong. But
Right.
then there's this vehicle, this car that was driving around. Now that one right there, okay, on a zoom close up, if anything, that one would appear to be a white male, you know, from what I can tell. But
yeah, looks like Halloween police uniform. You're right, or some sort of SWAT uniform. Yeah.
The thing is,
sorry to switch cases so quickly, everyone.
But I'm not going to lie to you. My gut instinct was female. On that video, my gut instinct keeps saying that that's some female that's in there. Sunny, no binary, please. But yeah, so going off trail there. But that one, but Miss Dog Lover.
What are we talking about? The lawyer. I don't know. The
No, we're
Missy
talking
Bevers?
about Missy Bevers. Yeah.
Yes, I no, I have the you
One
think
second.
the one that it's dressed up?
Yeah, in the
That
police
looks
looking uniform.
that looks like a man. That's a man. That's not
You
a
think it's a
woman.
man? Okay, well,
Yeah.
so and I both think it looks like a female, just by the. I'm just judging by the video and like the way that they walk.
No. It actually, not to start controversies, but it does look a lot like the father-in-law.
Which has been cleared. I know.
Mm, but
You're
it
like,
does look it does look a lot like him, but I mean, I don't know much about the case. I always wanted to do like a deep dive, but I
yeah,
never had the
it's
time.
a fascinating case. Anyone that's not familiar with the case, Tom Webster has a few videos out that he extensively deep dives the case, and it's the recommendation. I would absolutely point you to Tom Webster's videos on Missy Bevers if you're
Yeah.
looking for information on the case. Until we start covering it, then we'll do way better than Tom.
Yeah, right. Wait, there's Tom Webster. Okay, wait, there's his channel right there. Hey, Tom, I'm using your video. Don't copyright strike me, dude. I'm going to stop screen for a sec, and I'm going to present it, and then let's just quickly go over here. If anyone's not subscribed to Tom, which you guys probably are, then obviously I'm at Tom Webster's channel here. Now, where is... Okay, hold on. So this... I think this is the vehicle.
Ultima pulling into SWFA outdoors.
Here,
They
hold
use
on.
their blinker and then they turn their lights off. Yeah, it's not too suspicious. They seem to be going kind of fast, and maybe they could not see the entrance in the heavy rain. As you can see down here, it's really pouring at this time at 2 a.m. So the Ultima goes around the entire building, and the killer also did the same thing by altering their appearance and went around the entire church. So I'd be curious to know if a car or the Ultima left SWFA and drove around the entire church parking lot one time before parking in the back. So for the car that the police mentioned they saw in the distance, was that car's lights off also? So that might indicate that it was the same person. Gumshoe did a video where he parked in the spot at SWFA and pointed the camera to the church. After a car makes a right out of SWFA, they would have to go down to the next turnaround to get back to Creekside Church. Some of the reasons I thought about why the Ultima driver might want to turn off their lights was to not have the lights trigger a motion sensor camera inside the store, or if they did not want to illuminate their front license plate to be captured on camera. If you look over at the church in the background, you'll see that a light appears right there. I tried to figure out what that could have been, and I think it may have just been the wind moved some of the trees, and it revealed a parking lot light of room 8. So here's this thing when it's pushed down. Here's the door.
In a sec,
So
guys,
here's the
you
door
guys will
between
see the
7 and 8,
walking of
and
the
this is back
lady
facing the
or
north.
guy,
Here's a little another
whichever.
closet here. So this is the first view of the killer. So here's one door to room 8, and the second door to room 8 is where they first come out of. So they broke into the kitchen, used the interior door to come into 8, and then they peeked out here, and then they went in the northwest direction. So this is the northeast. So around here is the first door to room 8 where they came out. Here's the second door to room 8. The restrooms are on the left. This is the northeast entrance. And right here is the room 9 and 10. These are the restrooms in the northeast. Another northeast view. As you can see up here is a camera. This one goes down to the southeast direction. And I don't know if this is one here or up in here is kind of blurry going to the northwest direction. So this is the one that captured them coming out of room 10 to break the window and the door to room 9 at the end of the video. So as you come down the hall from the northeast to the northwest, here is the second door to room 7. There you can see it says 7. So this is a long view, the northeast, room 8, room 7, also known as the kitchen. And these are some doors that go up into the sanctuary. These are screen captures from a video uploaded by Gumshoe Stories, so I suggest you check out his YouTube channel and website. Some of them are blurry, but I tried to get the best view I could. So this is the door to room 6 on the right, and on the left you can kind of see outside is where the northwest entrance is. Those are the room 6 doors. The northwest entrance, more of the northwest entrance. I think this is an aquarium or fish tank over here. This is room 5, which I'll get to later. Here's some kind of furniture here, and here's room 5 again. More of the furniture. On the left is door aisle 3A, ballistic. As far as the police patches, they're not too difficult to order online. bend the knee, stick the right foot out, bend the knee, stick the right foot out.
What do you
Bend
guys
the knee,
think?
stick the right foot out far, and just keep repeating. I don't think Randy Bevers is capable of keeping his legs in this position. This is him at a press conference, and his feet are so far apart. The only person who has a wider stance than this is Senator Larry Craig in an airport bathroom. It just does not match up to the way the killer stood at any point. Later on, I'll discuss Randy even further. The killer have a prosthetic leg. In addition to their unique walk, where it seems like they have a problem with their right leg, there's one particular frame that seems to stand out that people think, oh, that's a really thin ankle. And that's this screen capture here, where you can see it's kind of like black, a white circle, black, a white circle, which kind of resembles some prosthetic legs. However, this is a shoe down here. Does that look like a shoe to you? Does this look like a leg to you? Not really. Did they try to break in early just to make sure they got in before Missy got there? Were they sleeping? If they woke up fairly early on Sunday morning, most people would be tired if they were still up at 3 a.m. Choosing to do this murder on a Monday allowed them to spend a lot of time prepping on Sunday compared to a weekday if that is when they work. I wondered how much DNA the police got from the kitchen. Were they drying off their clothes since it was pouring in the SWFA footage? Is there some kind of heat source in the kitchen that could dry their clothes? Now I'm going to do an analysis of the entire Creekside Church video. The order of the video is out of sequence on the Midlothian Police YouTube page because they took video from each camera and then just combined them to get it out as soon as possible after the murder. The last scene in the released video is when they walk out of room 10, but that actually happened before they walked down the hall to go into the sanctuary. So this is actually the last scene. The killer was first seen on video at 3:50 a.m. exiting room 8 in the North Hall. The first view of the killer is really creepy, with them looking toward the northeast doors. They would have seen the security cameras. Were they deciding which direction to go first? Most of these doors appear to be closed overnight. I'm curious to know if this door opened on video. The video cuts to the killer walking down the hall towards the northwest, with them touching the wall. When I see them walking like this, the only thing I can think of is, like they have no care in the world. Like they don't seem anxious that in 30 minutes, they will kill a mother of 3 girls whose fitness customers could arrive at the same time she does or before. I had a few thoughts about how they're walking. At first, I thought maybe they were drunk after being out Sunday night at a bar, or they were holding the wall because of a leg problem, or how some people put their hand out of a car window or touch a fence for the sensation on their hand. My
Or
last
the shoes are too big.
sometimes if you walk from a dark place towards a bright light, there's a burst that blurs your vision, and maybe they needed their hand on the wall to guide them for a few seconds. Their right hand and arm was on the wall as they exited that room, probably holding onto the door frame as they came out, so they would probably use the door frame to see where they were as they exited room 8, and they just kept that arm raised as they went walking along due to the light affecting their vision. The direction they headed is where the murder supposedly happened in the northwest corner, despite some law enforcement documents saying it was in the southwest. They don't appear to be holding the hammer or the pry bar. I believe later it showed that the pry bar was attached to the vest, but I don't know where they would have held the hammer. So they walk out of room 8, headed towards the northwest. I wondered if they pulled out the hammer when they got to this northwest area and the glass case. Maybe they had smashed it, which caused glass to scatter on the floor, which was mentioned in some of the law enforcement documents when police arrived to help Missy. Or maybe it was broken in a struggle or from a gunshot. So this was at 3:50. They're not seen down here until 3:57. So for 7 minutes, I don't know if they went in 5, 4, 3. If they checked out this area here, there's an entrance to room number 2, which is called Cub Corner. The second scene is at 3:57 a.m. As the killer approaches door number 2, their right hand appears to be holding something because there's a shadow right there, right in this area here. You can see maybe that's the hammer. There's a freeze in the video at some point that shows no motion right there. So maybe they were looking at the bulletin board. So they go in
What do
here.
you guys think?
prop
Male
the
or
door
female?
open. It's unclear how
1
long they
for
were in
male,
there.
2 for
I
female.
mentioned earlier in the outfit analysis, look at their arm on the right. You can see as they swing their arm, you can see some extra material near the wrist. So this is door 1, and their behavior here
I mean,
is
it's
they
probably a
like,
man.
let me
It just
try
looks like a female to me.
as
I
little effort
know.
as possible. Maybe they just wanted the police to see scratches that indicated a
I'm
burglar
like
attempted to break in. But
99.9
unless they
that
have
it's a
horrible
man.
vision and didn't wear
Right. You're
glasses
probably right,
to
Alexa.
the church, how did they think the police would consider it a burglary based on their behavior on video. I mean,
I
we
mean,
can all see
statistically,
they hardly try
I
to
mean,
break
you're,
in. If you're there to
90%
steal, and
of
it's one of the
homicide
few locked doors,
That
there
occurs.
must be a
person
good
was
reason the
white.
door is
That
locked,
person must
and
be white.
likely because there's something of value in it. But they spent about
I don't
25
know.
seconds before giving up. It was 3:58 a.m. when they would have had a lot of time before a church worker would arrive if this was a burglary by someone who had no clue about Missy and her class being held there early in the morning. It's kind of confusing. At this point, I think they were putting the pry bar on their vest and they're holding the hammer in the other hand. And you can kind of see that the hammer might have a.
Oh, you look nice, Alexa.
No, no.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'll stop that now, guys, because we can do a day where we go over the Missy Bevers case too, because and kind of just like what DGR Dave said. Hey DGR, hey Hooteran, Hooteran,
Hooteran.
Hooteran.
I know it's my camera on.
It's kind of like I get torn because there's moments where it just looks like a beefy female, and like in a sense, right? And then there's moments too where I go, well,
Ashley
no.
Garth, if you will.
Yeah, yeah, Ashley Garth, if you guys can picture her. Most people won't want to without puking, but if you want to, picture her. Because I just kind of, yeah, it's kind of what I think though. Like, you know how Ashley Garth looked in her getup, even in her orange attire? Like she just looked like she had a male body, really, like with the stomach. And so there's points when I see it, Dave, that I'm like, there's moments that look female and then there's other moments that look male. But the one thing that strikes me is the foot. And I think to myself is that I don't think unless this person confesses, unless someone knows who has a similar walk that I don't know, or like I don't actually see this case getting solved.
I think I've always said I've always thought that the person was wearing intentionally shoes that were too large for them.
Oh yeah. See, I wouldn't think that myself, and the reason why I wouldn't think that is because I like
holding the wall and the way they flop almost the feet.
Well, I can see that they're dressed up in a SWAT gear or fake SWAT gear. And so maybe like they're just all decked out and those shoes are, because it's not something that this person's going to wear every day. So they might be a little bit odd having them on, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's somebody that is not used to walking with boots, because those are special boots, and there's somebody that is not used to walking.
Yeah. I just felt when I watched the video that honestly that you cannot really make out if it honestly is a male or a female, besides guesstimation. And chances are it's gonna be a male, but I'm not gonna rule out that it could be a freaking woman too. Hey guys, hey everybody.
I think it's someone. I mean, I will say that whoever it is, I think it's someone. They knew the victim. They knew she was going to be there. They knew the location that she was going to be, and they knew the layout of it. They knew that there were cameras. They needed a disguise. They planned it in advance. And so I feel like those 5 things alone limit the amount of people. And now I know she posted on her Facebook that she was going to be there, but I feel like, the planning that went into it limits it down to a much smaller circle than a lot of cases have. So I feel like there's hope it'll get solved. I just don't understand why why it never has.
Right.
And that person had to acquire that uniform somewhere.
Right.
That would have been one of the leads I would have followed if I were investigating. Where did that outfit come from?
I was going to say, like that reminds me of one of those tactical type stores. Like it doesn't look like it's real, like a real SWAT. So yeah, and then I'm curious if that car is tied into it as well. Do you
it
think
has to be.
I think so.
I think so. I think so.
Or is it the Keegan Klein of the Missy Bevers case?
Oh yeah. Right. Well, that's what I was. Okay. So going back to that, that's what I was kind of saying earlier. Like, okay. Hold on. Let me put that back up. So, we'll go back to this. Okay. So, like I said, Lewis and I were talking earlier today, and then he brought that up, and he said, "I wonder if back in 2019, perhaps when they came out with the new sketch, it had anything to do with them clearing this older sketch," which in fact they did, actually. And again, I don't think it's really that talked about. And I can't remember if I feel like I remember where I seen it, but I can't remember. Like, I mean, I can visualize it in my head, but I can't think of. I think I know the site, but even then, it's like I can't think of the site's name either. But yeah. But I do recall this, where that they had basically thought it was somebody, turned out it wasn't, and that they had kind of basically cleared this sketch, and hence coming out with the younger sketch. What pisses me off. Oops, where are we? We're not even here. Hi guys. Oops.
I sent you an article, Sonny.
All right. IP first. Person in Delphi sketch is not person of interest. Okay, let's see here. Hold on a sec. Okay, hold on. Is this going to be the same one? Okay, thank you. Let's just stop screen and then we'll play that here. Share this.
Murders of two Delphi girls, a stunning revelation today.
There's been a lot of back and forth about the two sketches released, supposedly showing the killer.
Call 6 Investigates Chief Rafael Sanchez can explain the new details for today and why this change in course is so startling, Rafael.
Mark and Amanda, good evening. Let's start with the obvious. Both sketches are not of the same person. There remains one prime suspect and one fewer person of interest. This is moving video of the prime suspect wanted for the deaths of Abby Williams and Libby German. It was recorded by Libby on the day of their disappearance. Current technology unable to zoom in on that video to get his facial features. So law enforcement developed this sketch. And for the past 2 years, the picture of a man in his 40s to 50s went global. Now it's being officially dropped. The image no longer valid. The new sketch, released on Monday, is who state police say is the target of their investigation after reassessing their information. This is the person the task force believes was on the Monon High Bridge on February the 13th, 2017, and encountered Abby and Libby and said these words. Investigators say, while the new sketch shows someone with a youthful appearance, that he could be someone in his 20s through late 30s. So that is now the official picture of the prime target suspect in this case. Police are asking people to stop using the old sketch on social media and in general, and to definitely not put them side by side, since this picture here is the only suspect in this case. And right now, authorities are hoping that you, if you have any information about Libby or Abby's killer, a reward in exchange for valid information stands at more than $200,000.
Perfect, Adam. Thank you. Yeah. Adam?
You are welcome. And I found another one by Fox 61 that said Indiana, the two are two different people, and the first is no longer considered a person of interest.
Correct. Okay.
So also tomorrow is the anniversary of the Young sketch being released of the 2019 press conference.
Oh yeah.
Oh really?
And the new direction.
Yeah. So what Lewis had said to me was like, he goes, do you ever maybe wonder if that, because they had talked to Richard Allen, because they said that they deemed him not a suspect, obviously, do you think that perhaps they looked at him and then was like, nope, he's not it. Like the person that, do you ever think that that was plausible? That perhaps it was Richard Allen that they had looked at and then came to the conclusion that he wasn't? And then came out with this whole different sketch. And that's why they dropped the first one, because they did say it was a different person. So
I don't think so, because otherwise they would have looked into him. And I don't even think they look into him.
well,
Or was that Ron Logan?
but look how sloppy it is. I mean, look how sloppy they've been the whole time. Like nothing.
I think it's just has to do.
Pardon?
Either I know, in my opinion, I think either they saw that there was somebody else there, and this is where they changed directions. But I don't think this sketch has anything to do with Richard Allen.
You know,
No, I don't.
right? And it's just really like a thought. I mean, like, and
Right.
it's just
Mhm.
I've
It's a
always,
good
I've
thought,
always,
though.
yeah, it is. I still think that the 2019 press conference was them acknowledging they were going away from Ron Logan.
possibly.
And that they screwed up.
But that sketch didn't even look like Ron Logan.
I'm not saying it did. I'm saying that,
Yeah.
I think that's the whole purpose of the 2019 press conference, was that they decided it's not Ron Logan, and they changed directions. Because remember, after that is when they went back to Keegan Kline. That's when they went in this whole new direction, that led them down the next couple of years.
I want to stuff a big fat potato in Doug Carter's mouth with that whole effective strategy bullcrap. I hate it when somebody is just blatantly using words to bullshit the public, and to sit there and say effective strategy. Like that it just galls me when it was a complete absolute bullcrap, bold-faced lie he was saying. At no point, like, do you know what I mean? They're the ones that eliminated it. It wasn't like it was the press that eliminated it. It was the LE and them. They're the ones that eliminated it and came out with this young sketch. And so I just find it offensive when I'm watching Doug Carter talk and say words to the public like they're friggin' idiots, saying effective strategy. I don't know why, but that just makes me a whole shade of red. When that, just for the fact, like, it's just, again, if you don't want to tell us, don't tell us something, but at least be truthful on what you are telling us, and don't feed us the bull crap. You okay, Alexa? Alexa, you good? I was hearing noises. Did you? Okay, hold on.
Oh, really?
Yeah. What were you going to say, Adam?
I was saying, and really, I mean, in some ways, it's still going on. As far as, remember, look at how hard McClellan tried to keep the PCA kept sealed, and everything they've tried to keep quiet this entire time is done nothing to help any of the criticism that ISP, the FBI, Carroll County, Delphi, anyone has received from this case. It's really just reiterated the need for there to be a spotlight on the ongoings in this area, because something I'm not saying that that things are not on the up and up, but things are not as transparent as they should be.
No,
in my opinion.
No. Far from it, actually. Yeah. And this reminds me a little bit of Nicola Bully's case, where that they were projecting to everybody else and pointing fingers and diverting who was truly responsible for the in a sense the chaos of online, because of how they handled it. And I feel like Delphi is the same thing, but Delphi being way worse than Nicola Bully's case for that. I think Delphi has really just shown a lot of double talking, and where they could have been transparent, and kept it. But honestly, this has been, it's like a wild goose chase. Like it really honestly reminds me of a circus act that, it's like do 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 over here. Here's and at the fault of themselves for being double talkers of what they're saying stuff in one press conference, then not saying it the other, just the whole mystique about it, keeping everything so close to the vest. Honestly, I don't even know that they wanted the public's help, because even when Doug Carter was speaking in that Nigel and Hammer one, it was just like, the one guy asked him, like, do you not want to like basically, ask for the public help and trying to help, about the murder weapon or whatever like that? And he's just like, no, like good, we're good. So I don't even know how much I don't know. But obviously they needed the help because they came out with all these social media profiles and Kagan Klein and all that stuff. I just wish that it would have been handled more like the Idaho case, a lot more transparency. You don't got to give everybody everything, but at least keep it, uniform to what they're saying in a sense. I mean, the one guy didn't even know what frickin' creek it was. He called it Sugar Creek. And then, when he's talking and then about them, go ahead, Adam.
They've never, other than we all assumed what the manner of death was, but honestly, if it weren't for the Ron Logan search warrant coming out, that's the only official cause of death that we've ever been given of the girls. So they've kept even the manner of death close to their vest to the point where 6.5 years later, almost, they've never come out and said how the girls were unalived. So so much of the things that they've held close.
Yeah, but
doesn't that one seem strange?
No, Alexa, you would know better than us.
I do. I do understand why, because they want to keep those details as pristine as they can. So when they find the person who unalived them, it will make sense, because the little details, nobody knows those little details except the person who was there. Because they don't want anything. And obviously there's rumors and this thing, but they want to keep it as pristine, even the things that are at the scene, because they are trying. That's how they're going to get the person who did this.
Like the bullet case.
It's only that person.
To me, that was the perfect example of something you should keep close to your vest. Is that unspent round? That's something no one would know unless.
It is, I can understand both sides, because in one side, I understand, why the police doesn't want to give all those details and why it's so important to keep those details quiet. But at the same time, I don't like, when the public becomes, it's almost like it has to be, it's by law that they have to release the information. And it's not. And I understand. Yeah. Or when people start interfering, like you guys do a good job. You're doing a good service to keeping the girls alive, to keeping the memory alive, to informing the people. But certain people have actually gotten to the point that they have interfered in the investigation. And that's the part that I really cannot stand.
I agree.
That there has to be a fine line between, doing service to those girls and then interfering with the actual investigation.
Right. No, I agree with you 100%. I don't think that they owe us anything. So when I'm saying, I think just investigatively.
Yeah, no, I get it. Yeah.
I think in this case, they kept things close to their vest that might have actually helped catch Richard Allen sooner had they not.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I don't think that law enforcement ever owes the public anything. And I think that.
Yeah, because if they would have said, for example, if they would have said maybe we're looking for a knife, this kind of knife, somebody would have said, hey, he bought it or he has it.
Right. Or, hey, this guy loves knives. He has a knife collection, or, hey, my pharmacist, likes knives.
Is it true that he has a knife collection? Is that true or no?
I've heard that. I don't know though. Yeah.
Because remember when we did the analysis, I remember like he's some of the letters, like the F's, they look like daggers. And I remember saying that, he must really enjoy, or he might collect knives. And somebody actually told me that he actually collected knives. So
yeah, I've heard that. The fact that, to me that I know that some people consider the unspent round junk science, whatever, and that's for a courtroom to decide. I know investigatively, it was a very important piece of evidence for the investigators. And one, I feel like they kind of dropped the ball on a little bit, because that's something I don't think they ever should have made public, of course, but even if they had, privately looked at all of the people that were involved in this case and that were potential suspects, and even cross-referenced them with the people that were registered gun owners of a gun that would fire a bullet like that, Richard Allen would have been right there because he had a gun license and that weapon was registered. So, I mean, right there was another way they missed him.
And also, wouldn't the bullet have a serial number?
I mean, I'm not a gun person, but I would assume, yeah.
It should have. It should have had a serial number. So, I don't know.
But Ray, do bullets have serial numbers? I would think so. You would think it would have some sort of marking number. You would think. Deb throwing her weight around, is she? When they decided to call off the search, I would have Facebooked all of my families and friends and still searched. Absolutely, yeah. I mean, right. I know that Mike Patty was out till 2:30. Meaning the search stopped, was called off at around 12, but that didn't still stop people from searching, and Mike Patty and others that were still part of the official team in a sense, at the 12 o'clock call off, that others, like I said, that were still part of the law enforcement, we're still helping, trying to look for it, but I just know me would never be able to go home and sleep or anything. I'd be puking. I would be throwing up probably if I had to sit at home and stir. Because when something is wrong, the minute that those kids couldn't be found, something, that someone's in trouble and there's something wrong. Personally, me, I don't know, they probably didn't get any sleep, but at the end of the day, at some point too, you probably are getting cold, yourself, and maybe just want to go home, freshen up for a few minutes, get back out at it again and stuff like that. All I know is for me, I'm that person that would be right there. You wouldn't be able to stop me from going back home unless I had to go pee, and I'd pee in the bush. Yeah. I'd shit in the bush if I had to. Because as a mother, you just know. Go ahead.
I was thinking about something else I was told, bullets do not have serial numbers on them individually. They should have a lot number, probably for the box of ammunition that they come in.
Yeah.
But it's very important that if they can then match that lot number with something they found at someone's house, maybe
they could have.
That would be a crucial thing to make that science much more sound.
The casings are the ones that have the serial numbers.
Yeah, I think we all know it was at least. I think we all have a good guess. It was they were stabbed to death. Simple as that. Those girls. It hasn't been a secret. I mean, and then when Ron Logan's affidavit or search warrant came out, it just, But for me personally, like I said, I've clearly shown a knife in the neck, but I believe that they both actually had one. It's just that it's easier to see one of the victims than it is to see the other one. But
and I still think the murder weapon was left at the scene.
Absolutely. I believe that there was actually more than one murder weapon. But
Do you think so? Really?
Yeah. If I'm going by what I personally see, I can absolutely and see the one knife in the girl's neck. Okay, it's clearly there's the mouth open, knife and neck. But the other person is harder to see. The one of the other girls is harder to see, but every now and again in a different picture I take, I'll get a glimpse of the same shaping. It's just that, again, we're talking about pictures that are through a video from helicopter that zoomed in and all that stuff. But I was actually truly amazed. And again, it was just a matter of playing around in a sense. But sometimes if you hit those right colors, it brought out the vibrance of that knife. But I'm pretty sure that the other one as well had a knife in her throat as well, going by what I see. Okay, guys. And like I said, I don't like the crime scene has always meant a lot to me because I always just figured that the crime scene had knowledge in it, since nothing else, like the video. There was two things to me because the rest of it, everyone's been doing circles and circles and circles. So either the bridge guy told the story or the crime scene. So like I think I was saying this to Liz. So even if I had the bridge guy wrong, I don't honestly care. I mean, because I just want the person to be brought to justice. But when I'm looking at the bridge guy, which is a lot harder, I would say, than looking at the crime scene, to me, I differentiate all the different aspects of it. So just because I say, just like if Keegan Dunker wasn't part of Delphi, which, I mean, honestly, I mean, Richard Allen came out, and then we had something to actually look at. I still get torn, you guys, but I mean, I'm going to go with Richard Allen because obviously they've arrested him for a reason. And, he fits the bill with that same little dimple chinny thing and stuff like that. But I deem the crime scene and Kagan Klein and all that as different aspects of looking at things. So meaning people can think and do whatever they want, but all of us had the BG wrong regardless, but that doesn't mean that information regarding a crime scene or regarding other information is invalid. It's just really, I started it to do my own homework, and just sharing that stuff as I came along stuff with you guys. And it just became that people go to different channels and then they kind of pick through information that they want to believe or not want to believe. And then they kind of put their own story together, so my goal was never for the audience, in a sense. It was for my own knowledge of what happened to Abby and Libby, because if you guys remember me, I was basically telling people to piss off left, right, and center because people were acting like I owed them something. And I'm like, look, I freaking go to my job every day, and then I come home and put videos together. My videos were for the people that had knowledge of the crime. I wanted them to see it. I didn't care about subs and viewers and stuff at the time. That came later on when I was like, wait a second, that being a voice for cases, not just Delphi, but other people and other families is basically, because I don't like true crime. I don't like the hurting of other people. It saddens me. So to sit here and talk about a crime scene and knives in a neck, I have to block that from the truth of knowing that Abby and Libby suffered that day. But I don't want to think about that part because we already know what the end result was. And it's horrific to think that if this was your child and you had to know what was at the crime scene or know just the fact that their lives were taken, it's just a horrible feeling. And I don't like thinking about that side. And so sometimes when would be looking at the crime scene photos, you sit there and you almost go into that mode for a minute, and then you have to pull yourself back out because you were doing it for a purpose. And the purpose was to bring answers and justice for Abby and Libby, if that makes sense. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah. That's all I gotta say about that. You guys are all talking down here. I'm so sorry if I went on my little talk about there. What do you got? You got anything to say over down there, Alexis? I'm looking at these.
No, I personally don't think, I know you have done your research and everything, but I don't see them leaving the weapon in the scene personally. But like, I have never seen the scene. I have never seen pictures. I have never seen, like you have work extensively. So that's something that I cannot argue with you. You have your opinion because you've done your work, I have never seen any pictures. I've seen pictures, but I'm not versed enough to, to make that judgment and to make that call. But judging by what my experience or what I know, I don't think they would have left the weapon. But anything is possible.
I was gonna say, I'm just curious on what chat thinks. Chat, do you guys think that the weapon was left there at the crime scene, or two? So one, if you do, and two, if you don't. And Ben, As for DNA, I would have absolutely said no, that they didn't have any. But does that mean that after Richard Allen was arrested, that possibly some DNA was on some of those things that were found perhaps at his house? That's
I'd like to know that.
Pardon?
I would love to know that.
Yeah, that's a different story. But
Because I know that at the time the PCA was written, I was told this is not a fingerprint or DNA case.
True.
No, I don't think there's DNA.
Well, sorry, Adam. When were you told that was after he was arrested?
That was before the PCA came out.
Before the PCA came out. Okay.
That was in the information that I was given. That was all in the PCA.
You know. I'm honestly, guys, I'm gonna be curious, just like you guys too. Like, I'm at the point where I'm just waiting for the information to come out, because honestly, right now, there's really nothing. Okay, besides rehashing the same crap over and over again, in a sense, and that's all that it really is about right now. It's just revisiting things. Nothing's going to change. There's no answer that's going to come. The next answers that are going to come with Delphi is when we see a court happen, like when we see evidence come forward to us, or more, motions that might
his bond hearing, hopefully.
Yeah, that's the only time. Other than that, right? We're not going to learn anything new. We might, we can talk about the mask incident all day long, but if there's no report to show it, even though that the police and that we're talking to Kagan Klein about it, no one's going to pull that out of their butt at any point unless it's someone that's in that office that literally has access, that's going to leak it, like the interview, Kagan Klein's interview. Okay, like that was a mistake. That should have never have came out there. That was a mistake. By a certain individual that got another certain individual to upload it, or whatever you want to call it, and they accidentally released it, and the public got hold of it. Clear mistake. Thank you for the mistake. In a sense, but like how much more sloppiness can you literally add to this case, honestly? But in all actuality, nobody's offering anything new. Does anyone in here believe that the raid had anything to do with Delphi? Or are people just sitting on that and going to ride it and try to make it seem like it's a big connector to Delphi? But I mean, it's not to say that it's not possible. The percentage is about yay big, probably. But do any of you guys think the raid had anything to do with Delphi? Or
that seemed almost like drug related, right? Like a drug related raid.
It might have been CSAM related.
It could be CSAM or drugs.
But I don't think it was related to the girls.
Yeah,
at all.
I don't feel so, but do any of you guys feel like
people are going to make connect? How do I say that nicely?
And people are going to try to ride the train and try to connect it. Let's say it the way it is.
When someone lacks the ability to critically think, they're going to make connections where their brain makes them, whether they're realistic or not. Because if you can go through scenarios and rule things out, that's part of the process of critical thinking. And
critical thinking. And analytical thinking.
If you don't have that ability, you're going to think, oh, the girls, Delphi, oh, a big raid in Delphi, they must be related, and you're going to connect them. Oh, Becky, Mike, Patty own the house next door, connected. And that's as far as
when I saw that, I was like, oh Lord.
And that's as far as your mind can take you if you don't have the ability to critically think. In my opinion.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say, because like I was saying in the one live, it's like I just thought it was so funny, interesting how so you guys, I would have been overjoyed absolutely if it was Tamsin Michaels that would have been arrested, because then that would have told me that everything that Garrett Kurtz was saying had some truth to it for sure. And not to say that Tamsin Michaels has anything, but if you listen to Garrett Kurtz, he clearly says that Tamsin Michaels, who lives 2 doors down from that place, darn you, Tamsin, why couldn't you get arrested? Not for you to be in trouble, but just to get arrested, because then I would know that Garrett's information was, whatever. But what I'm saying is, even at Tamsin's house, there's a guy that literally lived in that place, that literally lived in that same apartments or whatever it was as Kagan Klein and Ali Conklin. What's the chances that you sit there and go look at somebody from that address and they happen to be freaking on South Lee Drive in Kokomo themselves? Like literally. And it's stuff like that, you ponder over, but then you go look at it. You don't put it out as factual or anything like that.
But then again, you also have to say that it's a small town and people,
Yes.
are interconnected. So
yeah.
Thank you.
Well,
just like Anna is friends with Ashley Garth's grandmother and knows
right.
them,
They go
but
drink.
that doesn't mean that that doesn't mean there's any connection there outside of the fact that it's small town USA, to quote Vito or Deputy Clinton, whoever it was that said that in the interrogation of Kagan Klein.
And again, each channel to their own on this
Absolutely.
guy like Diamond Eyes. But like, for instance, darn well in Delphi, even if they don't believe the shit they're talking about, they're going to put it out there because they're going to do a live and they're going to ride some views off it. That's going to happen. That JLR is kissing everyone's butt just so he can get your guys' views.
His views are drying up a little bit. His views
I
are
know
drying
his views are drying up, right? But when people start catching on to those fakes and those frauds and those money grabbers and those ones that just truly are riding cases, even if they don't believe, like I said, each to their own. If that's the way, or if they want to buy subs, and views, if they want to do that too. If people want to do that with their channels, you know what? All the power to you. Go milk the cow, go frickin' suck on your mama tit or something like that. Don't care. Because as long as this channel here stays genuine and honest to itself, that's all we care about. Even if it does piss you off that people do stuff like that, but you're never going to fix that and it's never going to change, So it's just a matter of people using their own darn common sense to know when somebody is riding you and just using you for basically their view and put their freaking little titles in there, it's hard because YouTube is a business by the same token, but I always believe in just being true to yourself. That's my way of thinking. That's not everybody's way of thinking. It's just my way of thinking. And I like to surround myself with people that have that same sort of mindset that, they, basically have more critical thinking in a sense, but just more that they're caring and genuine. Even if you guys don't do a lot of searching and all that stuff, you don't have to, because that's what the channels are for that you go to, in a sense, and you're trusting that they're putting out things, and not just writing you. But, we see sap suckers every minute of the day, honestly. What people fall for is just ridiculous. And that you can't stop the dumb train, honestly. But for this channel here, again, like I said the other day, what I appreciate about the people of this channel that come into the lives, I'm sure there's the odd one or two that probably shouldn't be in here, or a few more perhaps. But for the most part, most people that come in here are caring, passionate, compassionate individuals. And that's why you guys keep coming back, because you see that in this channel and you like what it stands for. And we're not here to try to sell you bull crap, in a sense, And that's why we can't sit there and suck off Delphi, and keep doing Delphi lives, because it's not genuine. We talk about it, yeah, but we're not going to ride it every single day. Once the point of Richard Allen being arrested, then there was a whole bunch of, that was a whole new thing. But right now, anyone with 2 cents can say that there's nothing going on with Delphi, and there's no more information going to come out yet, besides just rehashing and regurgitating. But nothing's going to come out. Takes one to know one, Sonny. Is that supposed to be? Is that an insult or?
No.
Sure.
Kind of like an honest and caring person.
Oh, is that? I was like, okay, I'm on this.
Sonny's like blocking him.
Well, I was too busy focusing on the onion nose that Bismo has, and then all of a sudden I'm like, takes one to know one, because that's usually a saying when it's like, yeah, it takes one to know one. And but I only watch a handful of YouTubers when it comes to true crime stuff. Yeah, one I trust who brings facts, not fiction. Mm-hmm. you know, and we, like I said, we're not always right about everything, absolutely, and we'll talk about different things. But as long for us, it's about staying true to who you are, right, Alexa? And that's why I love Alexa as well, right? Because Alexa just, calls a spade, like CD and stuff like
42
that.
seconds.
Like Alexa, yeah. I mean, like even on the Nicola,
Yeah, I mean, you can. I mean, honestly, you can do it maybe a little more tactful. I do admit that maybe sometimes I have to deliver things more tactfully. But I mean, it doesn't. I mean, it doesn't take away from telling the truth. And I mean, that's one thing. And I told you that from day one. And I said, I can come on your live. And that was my main concern. And I said, but I have to be real to me. And I respect your opinion. Remember that I said that. I said, I respect your opinion. But if you're not going to let me be me, I cannot go in your live. And you were like, no, you have free reign. You can say whatever you want, as long as, obviously keep it respectful, classy, whatever. Yeah. And that's one of the things I liked about you. And I said, okay, I can say, because we disagreed, in many things. Obviously, respectfully, you have your views, I have my views, and whatever. And and I also don't like when people also, and this is, I think, one of the criticisms I get, because sometimes people are like, oh, you're a little bit laid back, because for being a professional, they're like, oh, you should be more aggressive on your views. And I'm like, no, because I don't want to come up here and say that I am better than you, or say, oh, because I have the experience, I know more than you. So, it's a fair game. Everybody's, telling their opinions, and I say what I think. Sometimes I'm right, sometimes I'm wrong. I mean, time will tell, and this is the beauty of things, that it gets recorded. You can go back and I can say, oh, I was right about this, I was right about that.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to be and come with that thing, oh, I am better than you, I know more than you. I hate that. I really hate that.
First thing, I love debates. I like, it would be really boring if everyone. Linda, I'm on a live if you're watching this. Okay. Wasn't expecting someone to put me on Messenger. I can't. I turned it off on here, but where is it coming from? Where's my phone? Oh. Like 1 second. No, decline. Okay. Let me just say this. Linda, are you not watching the live? Right. No, I personally, like I said, I expect everyone to be themselves. Obviously, I don't want when I say everyone be themselves, it means you're still being a decent human being on here and acting appropriately in the sense, like, meaning you're not going to be no like douchey type of person. But other than that, I wouldn't want anything less out of somebody than just to be themselves. I absolutely love it when people just be themselves. They're not trying to pretend to be something they're not. I'm not trying to pretend, to sit there and go, oh, like I said, like you hear some people going, oh, hey, my beautiful viewers, how are you tonight? I couldn't keep up that fake act if I tried. I appreciate people, but you'll never catch me talking like that unless it's joking around.
Or the ones I cannot stand, and sorry to interrupt, the other ones that I cannot stand are the people that read the definitions and they just spit it back to their viewers, the definitions, and they just think because they know the definition, they know how to apply it into everything, and that's not how this works. Because you can have a definition, let's say about, what's a SK, and, depending who you look at, but, when you're in the field, then, okay, it's 3 or more. That's the one that everybody goes by. But according to the definition, depending what definition you read, it might be 2, it might be 3. So, you know what I mean? That's the one thing I cannot stand when people do that. You can read definitions, but you cannot make it seem like, you're an expert on the topic.
Yeah. Well, like I said, you know what? There's no I in team. And to me, when you have multiple people that have multiple different ways of thinking, just like, you knew full well that Nico Bully's case, that most people don't like to hear that she unalived herself or took her own life, and Alexa will straight up say, like, hey, I know it's not a popular view and some people might not like me for saying it, but I'm going to say it anyway. Because why? Again, it's just your truth. Again, and for someone to sit there and say, that it's not your, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, and I get it, and I get, especially the people in the UK are very. It's almost like they became fanatics, and it's the one of those things that you cannot get them away from. Even I think at this point, some of those people, even if you present the facts, like real truth, and you present everything, they will never accept the truth. They will
Like-
always in their mind think, yeah. So
Like the-
a lot of cases. To be
Yes.
honest with
So
you.
I guess Aspen is just a pretty face that just smiles and doesn't know anything about the case, and I'm just some dumb person
Oh.
that look bored, and I keep it, I have the retention of a squirrel.
Did someone say that about me?
Well, yeah, I mean, I answered,
Yeah.
I answered her back, and she was like, "I'm glad you didn't, whatever," because I just straight up back
Yeah.
said,
I was
Alexa's
gonna
never good.
answer her. Actually, I said, and I wrote this message, but I showed it to my husband, and my husband was like, "No, please don't
To
say
be
that."
honest,
And I wasn't gonna be mean, but my husband's like, "Please don't," because I even said to her, "Today is your lucky day," because I never respond to those kind of. But then my husband's like, "No, don't answer back," and then I was like, "Yeah, you're right."
So she said it was a pretty face.
No,
it said something like, "You don't know there," like you stand there, and that was the one thing that bothered me, because if somebody's very knowledgeable, it's you. And I'm like, well, you don't even know what you're talking about.
Well, you guys, now Alexa just made me feel stupid. If anyone's knowledgeable, it's Adam. It's not, definitely not me. I'm just here for the looks. It wasn't Adam.
Sunny is much more knowledgeable with Nicole Bolita.
Well, Nick, so I was going to say, because we each have our things that we do, but this person left a comment, right? And only because Alexa brought it up.
I don't ever look at them.
And the comment actually said something like, "You know what? I love watching your channel and John's channel, but I need to say something this time." And she basically, the comment basically said that Adam looked like you were bored or didn't have any knowledge about the case.
No, I was a bored one, yeah.
Oh no, you were the one that was always with distractions.
Yeah, distractions, and I look bored,
right? And that Adam didn't seem like he knew about the case. But
and the other one doesn't even know anything about the case. Yeah.
Well, and so I was waiting to see if Alexa would answer that back, because I seen the comment. I didn't answer it back right away. I was waiting to see if Alexa
I know I was going to
and say something, and she didn't. So then later that night I went back and messaged and basically just said, "No, Alexa's never bored, like on here." I get the distraction thing, because sometimes depending on if her kids or whatever around and she's doing stuff.
And especially it was a weekday, 4:00. My kids are there, and I usually at night I'm a little bit less distracted, but at that point I'm sitting there, I'm trying to listen to you guys, but at the same time I'm trying to keep an ear, making sure that those two are downstairs doing their homework and they're not killing each other or burning my house down.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, like I said, we had a little discussion, me and the comment on that one. And then she said, like, "I'm glad that you can take the criticism, because it's not like I'm personally trying to attack you. I'm just giving you whatever." And I'm like, and I basically said, like, "I'm happy exactly how the channel is and who we are." So, and she was like, "Well, thank you very much for not, da-da-da-da-da." And that was bottom line is this channel will remain as, laid back. Someone wants to vape on the channel, go ahead and vape. If I want to vape, I'll vape. Somebody wants to drink. If Alexa wants to snore on
bored, it wasn't that. I mean, obviously, I'm not bored. I'm not bored, because if you notice, I even was like leaning like this to the point that I was like, "Wait a second, people are gonna start looking my my eyelash extensions." I was like, "Back up," because I was so close. But but no, it's just because you and John are talking, and I mean, sometimes you guys go on, and and you're respectful. You're not gonna start cutting people. No, and I don't mean in a bad way, but you two go, and it's okay, and and you don't want to interrupt, because then it's like, oh, they interrupt.
I know. I exactly. Me, I'm just like I said. I don't honestly. I don't honestly think. Ignore it. They clearly Daily Mail style readers.
Oh.
Thank you, Miss Dog Lover.
99 pence. Thank you. Ignore it. They're clearly Daily Mail.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, if I'm not a resting bitch face, I'm sorry. This is the only face I got.
I should read comments more. I guess I would enjoy them.
Yeah.
Or you would. And like the other one, this is too long to watch. So don't watch it. Why are you sitting there? If something's too long, Oh, why
Okay.
even leave a comment? Just don't watch it.
I
Go.
mean, each to their own what they like. Because some people like structure to a channel. You will never find that here. I'm just going to tell you now. You're never going to find a certain structure. We will talk about cases and we'll go off on adventures. We'll talk about cases again. We might just, go every time we think we're going left, we go right. We go up the middle. It doesn't matter. We just do whatever. In fact, honestly, I personally prefer that when I'm watching channels. Like there's a couple channels out there that want to put me to sleep. I literally cannot watch them. They are so boring. I don't care how informative they are. Their structure is so boring. And if that's your cup of tea, absolutely enjoy it. But I personally like channels myself. Like if I was looking for channels, I like ones where they have fun with the crowd and they do, and it's just more of a laid back thing. That's my cup of tea. I thought to myself the other day,
Thank you, Ginger.
could I ever be structured like that? Hell, it's not me. That's the bottom line. It's not me. And if it's not me, then that would be me being something I'm not. So I have to be me. Me likes to joke around, likes to talk about cases, and be very sincere in it. But I like to joke around with Adam or Alexa or the crowd or whatever.
And then I joke around too much, and then I get in trouble because I'm like, "Oh, why did I say that?"
For someone to put the
Yeah.
well, it's just that for people to put the stigma that somehow because they're about missing and murdered people that you have to be serious about everything. It's not true. First of all, the people that are covering the cases.
Well, it's not like you're laughing. It's not like you're laughing in a very inappropriate way. It's not like you're talking about like, oh yeah, they're dead. It is the live. I'm talking about, on people that aren't alive. But I mean, you're not laughing about them. You're, making, sometimes you have to have a little bit of humor.
Hey, Skittle Riddles. There you go.
I just know that when you do that, when we do those Nicola Bully cases, and especially in with the UK people, I just know. I mean, thank God I have I have skin as thick as a pig, so it doesn't really I'm like really like chicharrón, that doesn't get to me. Thank God, because thank God I'm not suicidal, because otherwise, believe me, I would have. I would have unalived myself after those comments. How rude they are to me. I'm like, oh my God, what did I do? You
have to have thick skin. That's why I don't read them sometimes.
You do, right? I've got a lot more thicker skin when it comes to the comments now. Like meaning before I'd be like, piss off, block, blah blah. Either I ignore those ones. Oh, it depends. It really just depends on how ignorant the person is. But
yeah, sometimes it gets to you.
You know what? Right. They don't anymore, to be honest with you. I literally took out before. They used to bug me because I just thought people got nerve. Like I think what McKenna said. Bottom line is it's very easy to type behind a keyboard. It's very easy to try to slam people down and talk people down. But like I said, most people would never do that in front of your face, but behind a keyboard,
in your face.
It's just what it is. People are keyboard warriors regardless. They go around, with being hypocritical throughout their entire life and posting stuff and, and stuff like that. And there's nothing that's going to change that, besides more me changing
to
it.
Me, there was one that really, sorry. Are you still talking? I'm a little laggy.
No, go ahead.
Okay. Sorry. I'm lagging. I mean, there was one that really got to me. And there was I don't remember the live, but it was in your channel. And the lady said to me that, that I was rolling my eyes. And that was the one thing I hate is rolling the eyes. But because I tend, obviously when I speak, I tend to look up, especially to the right. I usually, and it's, it has to do with my, with my brain. When I had brain cancer, that's one of the side effects is sometimes my brain gets foggy, and I think my mouth is not as fast as my brain. So I remember answering her, and I was just, I have never been I was really angry because I was like, lady, I'm like, you don't even know what you're talking about. And, to go and accuse somebody and saying, and especially call me, that it was almost coming in a vulgar way, that I was doing in out of vulgarity. And I'm like, that is not the case. You know, and if I'm gonna roll my eyes, I mean, I'll roll. And you know how I am. I roll them, and I say it to your face. I am the type of person. I will never say something to anybody that I will not back it up.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
You know,
That's just not the way I am.
Welcome back.
Thank you so much, Skittles.
Your donation is matching the shirt.
It is. I just wanted to. I'm gonna wait till that goes off.
No, from where I saw it, I thought it was like $199. I was like, whoa, but I can't see very well.
Oh, 1 second. The thing was over talking you there, Alexa. The super chat was over talking you there, Alexa. I don't know if you guys have a lag before you hear it or not, but you were talking.
Yeah, I do. I have a little bit of a lag. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Go ahead. So sorry, what was the last thing you said there? Because
No, I thought it was a different amount because I saw I thought it was $199, and I was like, whoa.
Well, usually we've always seen red for like $50 or higher. So I don't know if always red was. I don't know, you guys. Was it? I don't recall it being red, but then I don't know on there. You guys, I want to go back to answer that question for, I don't know, somebody that asked it about the helicopter. So just a reminder, if anyone goes back and they want to, because I think the question was basically like, so you can see stuffed animals and bodies from the helicopter footage. Well, actually, all you literally have to do is go watch. What was that for?
Probably when she responsored. I don't think it had gone yet.
Oh, right, because I thought it already went off. That's fine. Okay, so what I want to say was this. If you go back and watch the RTV footage, bottom line is that the camera zooms down right into the bushes, into the trees. So it's not that the footage is literally from way up high in the sky. It's when the camera is being zoomed in to the areas as it's trying to search for Abby and Libby. The RTV6 one. Wait. Diamond Eyes. Thanks, Diamond Eyes. Thank you, guys. Is somebody No, I don't know that somebody's gifting memberships.
People are gifting. I don't see it.
No, somebody did. Who?
And you're all blurry, Sonny.
Am I blurry?
You're giving me Blair Witch vibes there.
Oh, I'm not blurry right here. Oh, I think I went.
No, you're good now. You went blurry, but you're good now.
No, somebody did gift a membership.
Oh, I think Ben did.
Hold on. No, never. Okay, never silent. Oh, so Ben, that was so nice. So
and Skittles gifted one. Gifted one.
How many did you do, Ben? Oh, Ben, he gifted 20 memberships.
Oh, Ben.
Oh, wow. Ben.
I just wanted to spam. Oh, Ben, that's so sweet of you.
Oh.
For all you people out there, thank you. Whoever got memberships, Fibro did. All you guys that have got memberships. Honestly, I thought something was weird there for a sec. I was just about to go look, and then I seen someone said that memberships were being gifted, and then I had to scroll up to find it. That's very sweet of you, Ben. And for all those people that are getting a pay it forward from Ben, thank you guys so much. And always remember, hi, Charmaine. You know what? Because we're going to bring this live to an end soon anyway, I'm just going to let those appreciations of music happen for the fact of Ben.
And Skittles gifted one as well. Thank you, Skittles.
Skittles, did you gift one as well?
Yes.
It was me. I gave a membership. Oh, you gave one as well. Okay, so you gave one and Ben gave 20. It's you guys. It is always really. It always
that's really sweet
when you guys actually do the memberships like that.
Especially this month. Thank you very much.
Yeah, but I just love it when other people, are getting a nice gift out of it all. You know what I mean? It was like Ben and Skittles were Oprah throwing out memberships. Yeah.
Wait, you get a member? Wait, that could be taken different ways.
There's let me just turn off the camera for 1 second as I go back to it, because I wanna. Let's see here. How many of you guys want to watch an ad? Because I can insert an ad right now. It's
I look like the skinny
Oh,
hamburger
just kidding.
or Hamburglar/Waldo/Wally.
Okay,
I'll take-
Skittles just sponsored because the Skittles sponsored. Skittles, I just renewed my membership. You were okay. I see that one. Skittles. Go today.
Oh, Ray did already make the Hamburglar joke.
Let's
Come on, I like my Hamburglar shirt.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna apologize for it.
So Diamond Eyes, Grandma Watches are there's somebody in this chat named just R. Just R. Rose got a membership. TTM Fangirl got a membership. DD Triple D's got a membership. Night Shadow got a membership. Phil Bond. You know what I love about these memberships?
Charmaine, thank you so much. Sorry.
Oh no, what did Charmaine do?
$6.99 super sticker, Canadian.
Thank you. Hey, Charmaine, actually, let me just finish what I was calling out the names here. Phil Bond, Joan, Never Silent, right? Peace got one. And Diana got one. Mama T got one. Aubergine got one. 2007 Whistleblower got one. Is that Michael? Jumpin' Jack Flash got one. Maureen McMame got one. Chaotic Beauty got a membership.
Oh, hey, Chaotic.
Wonka. Okay, 1 second. Jerry got one, and Forever Young got one.
Awesome.
And Skittles gifted one membership, and that was that was to Bismos. Bismos got that one. And then like you said, let's come back over here. And then Charmaine did a $6.99 super chat, and of course Skittle Riddles did a $1.09 one as well. But Charmaine, how is your podcast going? She's my fellow Canadian. Okay, that's the one she's one that lives like when I what was that now? That was that's part of the what was that one for? That was for Charmaine, I think, right? I think that one was for.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Now we can.
Okay, because my microphone broke. It's inside my mobile, the plug, the C part, and I cannot get it out. So.
Oh, okay. Ooh,
Yeah.
reminds me, I ordered. There goes Adam. Adam needs to go night time. I had ordered more cords because my one, like even though they put this little protector on it, it's still broke. Stop. Doing good. Not quite what we need to be, but baby steps. No.
I know, but now I have to buy a new one because it's this one. Because when I'm in my mobile, I have to use this microphone.
Oh, I've seen people holding that on that interview I was watching. It was the oddest thing.
Yeah. It's like better.
Go ahead.
Alexa, are you not great with electronics?
I am. I'm supposedly. I know. So where is see-through? He's gonna be like, ha ha. One more thing, she breaks. He thinks I break everything. I don't, but.
I'm playing.
Say goodnight to Jess. Jess is going.
Good night.
But it's funny because the part that goes inside the mobile, like, look, so this part is inside my mobile. So, oh well.
I think it's just going off still from the things, though, the music. I think it's still going off from the gifting. Anyways, Ben, that was very generous of you.
I have to order another.
Thank you. And same with you, Skittles and Charmaine and all those. Thank you guys so much. And for the people that donated yesterday on the live, like Deb, Miss Dog Lover. I Miss Dog Lover today. And I can't think of everyone's yesterday again. Yeah, I think that's much. Yeah. Thank you guys. we have to think of something special to do for, for every month. When we have to think of something special to do for every month.
I would say for everyone that just got a membership, we've been doing members lives on Monday nights. And last Monday we played true crime trivia.
Yes.
I had a ton of fun. Granted, a lot of people thought I was dominating the trivia part, so going forward, I'll make sure to let everyone else guess.
Sorry.
But so Monday nights we usually do different things for our members' lives. Sometimes it's topical with a case. Sometimes it's silly. Sometimes it's trivia. But definitely you'll enjoy those.
I think we're gonna do another one next week. Another trivia one. On true. Look at you. You got a little demon behind you. It looks like. A little light.
Hey, I can do that.
But yeah, I definitely.
No, but it's not because I want to. It's just because, oh, God.
Is it really that far behind that it's still doing it? I thought it. Well, I guess so. But yeah, I like the drawing game.
That was fun.
Yeah, you know what? You're talking about Scriblio. That was fun. I didn't. The only thing that I need to do though,
because you can see it,
is when it's my turn. I need to. When I know it's my turn, I'll have to put a front thing over. Or else that one just becomes a free round, one of the two. But I like drawing too. Scriblio, win, lose, or draw. I always remember that game back on TV. I always love ones like that when you're racing to draw a picture, and it's amazing. So, although I can paint, when it comes to doing Scriblio, I suck because I think it's because you're having to my husband's really good at it. But for me, it's like, what do you mean? Like change color? Oh, what the heck did I just do? When I'm
Bismo, I hope that they get better soon.
Who's this? Who's that? What?
Bismo has said that as long as their sick things are going well with their sick family member, they will show up. So I hope that things get better with you.
Absolutely. Same with Deborah Young, Sharon Parker. Again, Miss Dog Lover. Hopefully the little puppies are doing okay as well. There for
and your mom.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't mind losing or cheating. Yeah. Yeah. There were some very interesting facts about SKs actually that I also wanted, anyways, yeah, I'm gonna me and Aspen are gonna prep for it a little bit better this time, I think, for our next membership live in a sense. And when I say prep, but I don't know that it's kind of like I wish we could go.
Is it going to be games all the time, like on membership days, or
no? Not always.
Okay.
YOLO.
The thing is like the true crime one, like we did last week. That was totally incorporated with true crime. And really, it's really just YOLO. Again, cases can get talked about during any membership one, but what? What? I always thought that you were having a puffer. It's almost
I just sneezed, and so I turned my camera back on. I was like, oh.
You and my husband both. You guys were both sitting there with watery eyes yesterday and stuff, and runny noses and whatever. And it's like you guys are both having allergy stuff going on at the same time. But yeah, it's like the one that we did last week, Alexa, with the trivia with True Crime. Mm-hmm. For anyone that did watch it, I thought it was very fun.
That trivia was hard, I have to say. The trivia wasn't, the definitions were easy, but some of the questions, I was like, well, I didn't even know them. I was like, whoa.
Well, and Adam had been putting out videos with regards to trivia. So there's a couple times people like, can we play? And it was like, oh, right. He did put out videos. So obviously if you're doing videos on it, you're seeing,
looking up a lot of facts about
cases, exactly, and stuff like that. And so just so happened he kind of had the heads up on most people, because even me too, right? It's like, there's certain answers I knew, but But anything that gives your mind a brain challenge of some sort, or at least, to me, if you walk away with something every day of something you didn't know the day before, then to me, that's a good day. Doesn't matter what it is. To me, if you learned one thing in that day of something you didn't know before, whether it was a word, doesn't matter what it was. I always like that. At least one thing a day that enters my brain and stays there. American, I guess I'm an American. Trivia was, yeah.
I think you meant Hoosier.
Hoosier,
Not Hoser.
Hoosier daddy. Adam, I think this question's for you.
Yeah. I mean, I believe that it was probably CSAM related, possibly drug related, but I don't think it's connected to Libby and Abby at all.
I think it's a far-fetched one.
Is there a possibility? Absolutely. Is it probable? Not at all.
Yeah. It's more unlikely than likely, but you never know. You never know, right? With Delphi, you never know. I mean, you could have all these things pointing towards Kagan Klein, and it would be the cat's butt if at some point that Kagan Klein literally, if that ever came to light, that it was just a crossing of paths that, just happened. That would be, honestly, like, I don't know. I'll suck on my big toe or something.
Yeah.
Miss Douglas, aren't you in bed yet? Today I managed to change I managed to wet my sheets. Does that count?
Miss Douglas, you'd have to sleep in them for them to get dirty.
Yeah.
I know.
Right. This is true. Miss
I still haven't packed. I still haven't unpacked, and I'm actually going on another trip on Monday. On Sunday, Monday, I don't even know when I'm leaving, and I'm just like, I haven't unpacked. I'm like, oh God.
Whoops.
So
yeah.
Good for you, Miss Douglas. I have to unpack.
Never been. I don't like the unpacking part.
I hate it.
I can handle the packing because then if you're going there, it's going to be fun or something like that. But the unpacking, that suitcase usually just sits there for a while. I'm not even going to lie.
Literally.
Carol's never too much. I love how Carol's always like Sunny TMI when really she's going, okay, give us more. Yeah. I just heard a comedian say he was I think after one.
I missed the chat. I can't read it because my other mobile died.
Oh, did it? Why did it go twice? Not sure why it went off twice.
Super chat.
Charger.
Thank you. Today I managed to change my bed sheets. Smiley face.
It's just repeating it. But didn't it already go off?
Ms. Darklover, you should come and help me change my sheets, all my sheets, my kids' sheets, and you should come and help me unpack and do the laundry.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm gonna meet Miss Doglover over in Greece, so she's busy.
Is that where you're going?
But she's not there until May 6th, so you can share her for now.
Like,
don't be greedy.
I already have
you guys will go and meet the hot Greek tycoon.
I've always said there's probably like a billionaire waiting for me on a balcony in Santorini right now.
Oh, do you guys need to watch my Richard Gere again? Right.
I mean, I can always watch that.
I know. Who here does not love Pretty Woman? I have watched that movie so many times. And my husband, like I said, guys, my husband literally said, I don't want anyone else to have, like, when I said, really, you would consider moving here? And he goes, I don't want anyone else to have you. That's what he said.
Security strike. I may not make it. Miss Doglover, just transfer your ticket. I'll go by myself.
Oh my God, just transfer me all your money. Security strike. Okay. Anyways, let's see. Okay, you guys, we're going to head off here in just a second here. What is today? Today is Friday.
Friday.
You know what? Before we go, let's see, besides members, oh, we're gonna go back to doing Wednesday night lives as well. So again, you know, Adam has his channel. He hasn't done a live on it as of yet. But hang your head, walk a shame. Yeah. He will though. He will one day. I'm pretty sure.
Eventually.
Yeah. Eventually. But anyways, so when he is all ready to go with that part of the channel or whatever, you know, then we could maybe back it off here again. But as for now, we'll go back to doing Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Okay, guys? So Mondays are membership lives. And sometimes we might throw in a live before the membership live on a Monday or something like that, or who knows. But Monday, Wednesdays, so memberships Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. So Fridays and Wednesdays will be the regular lives. Okay, guys? I think Lacey, if anyone's going to orgasm over that, it's going to be Lacey. Because remember, she was having withdrawals.
Yeah. Carol, aren't you thinking of Officer and a Gentleman? Richard Gere wasn't in Urban Cowboy, was he?
No. Richard Gere and Deborah. Oh, maybe she's saying Richard Gere and Deborah Winger. Maybe Deborah Winger is in Urban County. Are both.
But wasn't that Officer and a Gentleman?
I remember Officer and a Gentleman.
You know, I never seen that movie.
I've never seen it either, but I believe that was the movie. Sorry.
I've never seen it. I've heard about it, but I know he's an officer, and I can even tell you what he's wearing, but I never seen it.
Mm-hmm. I've seen the movie.
Was it Love Lifts Us Up Where We Belong? No.
Love lifts us up where we belong. Yeah. I don't know. Now you got me singing it though. Mm-hmm.
No, like, Tom Cruise wasn't in it. No, I think Urban Cowboy was Patrick Swayze, wasn't it? No.
Okay, someone just Google it and say. Someone just Google it. Yeah, Travolta was an Urban Cowboy.
John Travolta.
Yeah.
So
oh, wow.
I think Richard and Deborah Winger were an Officer and a Gentleman.
You know what my favorite song is lately, guys? You want to know? It's Flowers by Miley Cyrus. Can't get enough of it.
Love that song.
Can't get enough of it. Been listening to that. And then, you know.
Jamie said it'll make you hot flash.
Right? What's your guys' favorite songs? Before we go. What's your guys' favorite songs? Mine right at the moment. At the moment I'm talking about.
Yeah. No, I love Flowers right now.
Yeah, Flowers. I wish I could play it. That's what sucks. I could try to sing it, but then you guys would be like 0 people watching.
It started playing on my one night when we were on the live, and I was on my computer and I had to like hurry up and hit it so it didn't copyright us.
Well, I mean, it can go for about 7 to 10 seconds.
Because I think you were like, you okay there, Adam? And I was like, yep, just fine.
Yep. Because you know how like the super chat says, like I'm a little drunk, and then you can use a small part and it won't catch it. So that's why it's kind of like, but yeah, and I keep watching it. So I watch both of the videos. I watch the one where she's singing it live, but I typically watch the video one. And
I love your violist. Wish I knew you.
I love
Pushin' P by DaBaby. Wow, Ray Jones.
Pushin' P.
He lives here in Charlotte.
Ray, I do this all the time. I'm always pushing P. Like that's my diabetes. I'm always pushing P. No word of a lie.
Oh, Charmaine, the anti-hero.
My anthem is Taylor Swift's "It's Me." Hi,
that's anti-hero.
Anti-hero.
It's about her divorce from Liam. Which one's about the divorce?
The Flowers is.
Oh, was she married?
Oh yeah. So Sonny, you know the video? Have you watched the video?
Yeah.
The video she shot that video in the house he cheated on her in.
Oh, is that when she's like?
And when she's wearing
I didn't even know.
When she's wearing the suit at the end.
Yeah.
That's the suit that's his suit that she took after they got that he was wearing when he cheated on her. And he cheated on her with someone famous.
Was somebody famous?
Wasn't that the Mexican actress? Was that the one?
Jennifer Lawrence.
Really?
Oh.
Salute.
Ooh.
I thought, in
From
the
the Hunger
air.
Games.
I can feel
Allegedly.
Allegedly. For entertainment purposes only. No.
But yeah,
That's
there's a
crazy.
whole bunch of meanings behind that Flowers video that Miley put out.
So I didn't know that because I was
I have
wondering.
to watch it. I mean, I've seen pieces, but not the whole thing.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of
Even the lyrics are a response to a song he played for her by someone else.
Go on. Because as I'm listening to it, and obviously I can tell it's about like a cheating song. So in my head, I'm thinking, okay, like, did she get cheated on? And for some reason, I had it in my head that she was referring to a female.
By an Aussie, Carroll.
Oh, yeah,
Liam Hemsworth, an Aussie.
I can buy myself. Yeah, drumming, exactly. Maybe one of the
I love that song. Ginger, I love that song.
I think I'm lost without you. Who's that one by?
It fits her daughter's passing. Yeah, yeah.
Hold on. It fits for my daughter passing. Oh, Ginger, I didn't know Ginger had a daughter that passed.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that. How old was your daughter, Ginger? I didn't know that. Has to be pushing V. Well, I got a pushing V too. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't know. How old was your daughter? Can I ask? Like, are we talking like an infant, or are we talking like
no
13, 14, 15? So sorry for that loss. I knew about Nicole, but I didn't know that she had a daughter.
Her niece, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they've had a rough. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the Cher's family,
well, yeah,
Nicole's family, Ginger, they're on there. She died. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. I'm so sorry to hear that.
That must be so hard.
You know what? Even right now, I'm kind of trying to block that because it's like that was just literally, and
yeah.
My
mom's friend, my mom's like best friend. Her son just died, and I was like, oh my god! Like I think that's probably the worst pain to go through. Like, I think the kids should bury the parents, not all the way around.
Absolutely.
But let's not even talk about that because I don't want to cry.
I know.
Yeah, not right before we go.
Yeah, I just my heart goes out to you, Ginger. I did not know that, and again, honestly, it's one of those things where you don't know what to say because, like, I can only say that, so sorry and biggest hugs. And you guys are such strong females over there. I'll tell you that right now,
Yeah.
Yeah. You just
good because those boys need it, right?
Yeah. Yep. Undercover in New York. Absolutely my worst day ever. You know what, Ginger, can I ask, Ginger, how many children do you have? Like, do you have 1, 2, 3? Like, because that's why for me, like, I only have one son, and I could never imagine, losing my child. So, for me to even put myself into the shoes of someone that has. Well, if I lost my son, it would break me. I know that, for whatever reason, life keeps continuing on as if the clock doesn't stop. But for lots of people, it does, in a sense. That's what I always find so hard is that life just keeps going on. And next thing you know, like, it's like, you guys can look at like my mom's death, right? It's like 2015. Feels like it was yesterday, and it's like my mom. I was
my age.
I have 2 boys, 37 and 35. Yeah. Wow. Anyways, Ginger, again, so sorry for your loss. I don't know the circumstances behind it. Doesn't really matter. Um, it's just, I'm just actually honestly right now shocked because I literally didn't know that had happened. And if you had said it and I didn't see it, then I apologize. If you had said it before, sometimes it's hard to keep up with
Yeah.
the live and back things and then chat.
I only know because we're friends on social media.
Okay. On there. Yeah. You know, I want to say like again, a good friend of mine on here as well had passed away recently. She had a blood clot in the heart. Um, her name was Stacy Slay Tolleson, and Stacy Slay Tolleson, I can say now, was someone that I knew from the Suzanne Morphew case, and she worked on the what do you want to call it? Exploitation of children. And she worked on the Summer Wells case, and she would tell me a few things about it. When I say a few things, meaning she would tell me about when the boys were taken away, and how when she was in the hospital, how they would. She's just. I remember us talking, and she's like, Sonny. She always. It's like they were just clinging to me. I just want to take them all of them home because she has her own children, eh? And so come to find out she passed away last week. But yes, she worked on the Summer Wells case, and just a really beautiful, great lady. I didn't usually ever bring up her name because I'm like meaning I wasn't going to sit there and tell you that it was her that was talking to me about Summer Wells cases. Just that she worked on a case, and one of the things that she specifically told me was that, okay, you know how police say that they don't use psychics? Well, they specifically called in a psychic for Summer Wells case, but they stood there and denied it. But they do that stuff all the time. Just know that if you guys don't know that already. A lot of times they'll use psychics. But anyways, that was a hard case. She had been on it for months and months and months. That case, and it was just a devastating case to her, especially with the boys. When children are put into such homes like what they were in and stuff, it really eats at my heart so badly because children they're just such a blessing. And if people don't appreciate their children, then something's wrong with you as a parent because children didn't ask to be born. People had them. And to me, like I said, they're a gift. And it's our job to make sure that we do our best. We're there to give them love, compassion, care, teach them the rights from wrongs, give them boundaries, give them all those beautiful things that we're supposed to do. So whenever I ever hear of a child, being hurt or in a bad home, it just breaks my heart because they didn't deserve it. They don't deserve it and stuff like that. And yes, you are strong and keep going. My daughter, Melissa, and Nicole are among us. Okay, so that was her name, Melissa, on there. Well, again, so sorry for your loss on that one, Ginger. I there's nothing to say besides, it's just a sad tragedy, but life still keeps going on, sadly enough. We are here for the babies. Yeah. Here for justice, here for the babies.
But they also become angels. I do believe that when people pass on, they become angels. So she had her her and her family have gained 2 angels among. So.
Well, I was going to say, like,
be with her.
Sometimes I go off on my little tangents here, but I deem myself as a pretty level-headed, sane person. But I had my experience to gather that knowledge. So for me, I know, like, as sad as it is that I don't get to see my mom anymore, and stuff like that. It's sad because I just want to sometimes I want my mom back, and she's not coming back. But I also know that, like, I'm not afraid to die. Okay. I keep saying that I'm not afraid to die. And the reason why I'm not afraid to die is because I know that that we still carry on and that we can communicate with them. And all you have to do is just keep talking to them. But the only thing is that you just can't talk to them on the same level like you could and give them a hug, and you can't do it that way. But you can talk to them. But like I said, that's just through my own experience. And whether someone believes me or not, I don't honestly give a shit, because it's just my thing that if it helps, if I never used to tell that story ever about Jaron, but if it helps somebody else, then, for me, that's the whole point, is that if you can give someone else the knowledge of something, and, but sometimes people have to have it physically themselves, but, if you can't, all I can say from my own experience is that we absolutely can communicate with the other side. I do it all the time. I just don't really go on and on about it. But if it does help somebody know that all you need to do is just talk to them, that they are around you, and that we do carry on, then so be it. And if you don't believe it and you think it's a hockaloogie or whatever, then so be it. Don't care. Then you're going to be dead anyway, right? So I just would rather, even if I didn't have an experience, I would rather believe in something than nothing. And regardless, that reminds me of Leticia Such and poor Gannon. Oh, absolutely. I looking at Gannon's face, looking at any child's face, looking at Abby's and Libby's face, looking at Ray's face, type of thing. You got Nicole, the Flora girls. Just, it's heartbreaking because that they were here, and then their lives were taken. They were taken, in some way, shape, or form. They were taken, whether it was self-inflicted or not. And that's just because some people sometimes can't handle this life. It's too hard on them. And so it's fine. Like, it's kind of one of those things, go back up there. Maybe, that's where they want to be. I have 5 grandbabies without mummies.
Oh,
Wow.
so sad.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. So that means that you're talking about Nicole's too. And did your daughter have 3 children? Did Melissa have 3 children? Does the panel believe in God? Adam, do you believe in God?
Miss Dog Lover Super Chat.
Thank you, Miss Dog Lover.
99 pence. Thank you. I had a premonition the night my brother died.
I believe in God, yeah.
Lexa?
I believe in God too.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to say, I don't know about the whole God thing. I believe that there's another side. Whatever that other side consists of, I don't care. I just know that it's there. So whether it's, if we call him a God or whatever, I just know that there's a beautiful place that our souls go to, and that they just carry on, And like I said, Jaron showed me a picture, in a sense. And honestly, it was just like living on Earth, but it was not Earth.
Yeah, and that's what I thought, Ginger. That's what I thought. I knew that Melissa had 3 children, your son had 2, and then Nicole had 2. So there's 7 in your family without mamas.
Okay, wait, what did she say there? What did she say? Thank you.
She said she had 5 grandbabies. So her son had 2 and her daughter had 3. And then Nicole had 2, so that's 7 in her family. But she had 5 grandbabies without moms.
Oh, okay. So wait a second here. So wait a second.
She said her son's the mother of her son's 2 children, passed away in 2018.
The mother of her son. Okay.
So,
yeah. And then her daughter passed away.
So she has 3 angels in the family.
Yeah. So her son's girlfriend, died in 2018. Then Nicole passed away in 2019, and then her daughter passed away in 2021.
Yeah. And this is hard to say too, because it's like, life is so freaking full of lessons, and some people get the freaking crap beat out of them when it comes to lessons and learning. I mean, I've had my share of things for lessons, and I meaning trying to understand where all the my own son, you know, wishing his own mom was dead and stuff like that, and hating me so bad. And at first I'm like, this is a lesson. Like, what lesson am I being taught here? I don't understand this. Because again, if you know that you're a decent human being that's out to hurt nobody but to help people, in your head you're trying to understand, like, what's my lesson here? I don't get it. Like, what's the lesson that someone's teaching this mother that has loved her son so much for him to be so vile since the divorce and treat me like the bad one instead of the one that actually was the one, you know, causing him pain. And even to this day still, it's kind of like, you know, these lessons, they're not so nice, are they, sometimes, eh? And, you know, and honestly, there's some people that can, you know, hurdle them and overcome them, and there's other people that can't. It takes a lot of strength to go through some of the stuff that some people have gone through, and I don't even want to put myself on the level of, you know, someone like Ginger, for instance, here, you know, who has lost a daughter, lost her niece and stuff like that, and whatever else has happened in your life. But I'll tell you, it's remarkable strength, you know, and that's why for me, when you're in places like this, like the true crime and stuff like that, you know, probably exactly, I'm sure, because regardless, whether it's healing for you or you bringing a voice to others and stuff like that, and the awareness of Nicole's case, or Ray Hanish's case, or Abby and Libby's case, you know, and stuff like that. It's a beautiful thing.
Miss Dog Lover, don't even get me started on that. I read the book and I saw the movie. Thank you, Miss Dog Lover.
Oh, yeah.
Don't get me started, because I read that book and I boo-hooed like a baby, and then I saw the movie and I boo-hooed like a baby again.
Wait. I feel like I know this. Thank you, Miss Dog Lover. Hey, Miss Dog Lover. Are you giving your
Dog Lover super chat.
when you're
£4 and 99 pence. Thank you. I see heaven as it is in the movie The Lovely Bones. I cried like a baby, but the end gave me such peace.
It's and for anyone that doesn't know, it's a movie that was based on a book.
Heard of it.
And it's written from the first person of a murder victim. And it's a young girl.
A child.
Yeah, it's a child.
Wait, I've seen this. Hold on, be right back. I gotta go check it.
Yeah, and there are a lot of, there actually are similarities in some of the there are some similarities between this case and Delphi in a way. Granted, I mean, this girl was essayed and held captive, I believe, if I remember correctly. But the grace that's shown at the end of the book is just unimaginable, in my opinion.
Okay,
it's amazing what a good job he did. I mean, Tucci, oh my God, he said that was like one of the worst movies he's ever done.
Yeah.
In his case, from the emotional
and the book is like gut wrenching.
Was it based on a true story?
Loosely, I believe.
Loosely.
I mean, because it's written from the
parts of it are
from, yeah, because it's written from the perspective of the victim. So, you know, clearly there's a lot of conjecture that's put onto it. But yes, Jumpin' Jack Flash, she was held underground.
Like, I just looked at the actress that was in it, and she definitely looks familiar.
Peter Jackson.
That was Mark Wahlberg. I mean, it was big cast. Raquel Welch.
Yeah. I'm gonna, I'm really bad when it comes to.
It's heavy though.
Movies. Yeah, I don't like.
Yeah.
I would typically watch comedies at the end of the evening, because it's funny now, because now I'm too busy listening to true crime podcasts when I'm sleeping and stuff like that. Like, don't forget, you guys, on Friday, we're going to be on John's channel as well. Don't forget. Okay.
There was not, I want to lighten the mood just a little bit, because, well, but I was watching a TikTok the other night, and it was a guy sitting up on bed, and his girlfriend was laying on the bed with her feet like by the pillows, watching TV and she was eating popcorn. And it was like when your girlfriend, they're like every guy when their girlfriend's watching true crime documentaries and she's laying there and she's like smiling and she's eating the popcorn and like the TV is going, and the body was cut up into 37 pieces. And she's and she's popping the popcorn in her mouth. And then you see the guy in the background like
Ginger says, honey, that's why it's hard for me to go to a live show with everyone. Well, I'll tell you right now, Ginger, we, like I said, we're like a family here. Absolutely. Each to their own on how they do things. I know definitely that talking for sure, and sharing experiences, not only does it benefit others, but the healing power it does for oneself as well is also amazing. But people have to kind of come into their own to know that. So always know, again, whenever you're ready to come on the live, because again, right, if it's not for people that have suffered and bring their experiences
right
to the table for everyone to hear, honestly, it's very impactful. But what I love is that I know that it's a bit much of a very healing thing as well. It's like the more you talk about something and get it out there, it actually is very healing because it gives people the opportunity, for instance, to talk about maybe your daughter or to talk about Nicole or talk about whatever, right? And again, it's just each to their own, though, how they do things.
right. And if you're not ready, you're not ready. That's
no. But just know here, you are very much cared about, very much loved. And same with Sharon, her family and stuff like that. And again, we don't like to be stuffy. We just like it to be organic here. So that's what I had said to Ginger yesterday as well, right? When she is ready, she can just let us know. And
I read Where the Crawdad Sings for whoever has that. I read that book.
Oh, one second. Ginger, I'm here for free. What do you need? We got Alexa as well. What do you need? Aspen, we can help you. You don't even have to pay us. We'll just give it freely. Seriously.
Yeah. I think grief is something that everybody has to get there on their own. And I mean, she will know. Some people don't like to talk about it. Some people like to talk about it. Some people go stages. They said that you go through like, I think, 7 stages of grief. So eventually everybody will get there. I mean, I lost people close to me. I don't think, obviously not my children, thank God, knock on wood. But I mean, I think eventually, I think the pain gets better, but it never goes away. And especially your daughter, your own child. I don't think it will ever. I seen it with my aunt. My aunt lost her her child, and and she left behind a son. At the time, he was 9. So, and we also see the effects of him now. He's 27 now, but still he has that chip on his father was killed also. So he grew up without parents, and you can still see it, even though he went to psychologists and shrinks and you name it, he got it, but you can still see.
I was going to say, yeah. I mean, if something happened to my child at some point, I would love to be talking about him because I know it's healing and stuff like that. But again, the person has to be ready to do that, and whenever that time is. But like I said, everyone's different. Everyone handles things so differently. And it's one of those things, until you walk in somebody's shoes, you never know what you're going to do, in a sense.
Some of us make inappropriate jokes when we talk about grief.
Well, I mean, what she has to know is that there are people here that care for her and, willing to support her and everything. Yeah, she knows. Yeah. And when she's ready, she'll do it.
Yeah. And Sharon, I don't have a ton of time, but I do like to read. So I always try to read as much as possible, Sharon. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I don't read nearly as much since I started into true crime as I used to.
Mm-hmm. Oh, here's Jeff. Hey, Jeff. How are you, buddy? Haven't seen you in a while. Well, you probably hear sometimes, but probably just don't always see you. And as for Miss Dog Lover, she said she had a premonition on the day that with her brother. And again, right? And unfortunately, that premonition obviously, came true. Isn't that funny? The minds are a very powerful thing. I'll tell you that right now. Definitely is. I know this might seem like a strange thing to say, but what I was thinking about the other day was, okay, so I have diabetes, right? And so I have to go to the bathroom a lot because of the diabetes if I'm drinking a lot. But anyways, when I'm at work, for instance, it's funny how I can control it more when I'm at work. I mean, when I gotta go to the bathroom, like when I'm at home, I gotta go. I gotta go. Means I gotta get up and go. But when I'm at work, it's funny how the mind works because I remember in White Court, every time I got to my front door, as soon as I got to that front door, I had to go to the bathroom. It was almost like my brain kept
Subconscious. Yeah.
yeah, just thinking, gotta go to the bathroom, gotta go to the bathroom, gotta go. Because it was almost like it was trained now to think that as soon as I got to the front door, and it happened every single time. And it would piss me off. No pun intended there. But it would piss me off. And I was seriously because I was like, why? I don't have to go to the bathroom the minute I get to the front door. But it really tells me the power of the brain and how powerful that sucker really is. We are connected in ways we don't understand. Ray, honestly, Ray, when I was taking a number 2, I was just thinking about how we were
Oh my
connected.
God.
I'm just kidding. I
Oh,
Ray,
Lord. And imagine we only use 3% of our brains. Imagine that.
I know, right? I know. That's always, and if you guys have never watched this before, you guys should really watch The Tale of Two Brains. I really always emphasize that one because it really does, especially if you're in a relationship or you're forgetting about how men and women think. It's so great. It's a pasture that does it in a very comical way, but it always gives you a hindsight to remember that women and men think so differently, in here. But it's like women's brains are just wired differently than a man's brain. But I always love that one because it was always telling me that women and men think so differently. I don't know how we get along, honestly, sometimes. But and well, sometimes they don't. But in saying that, I actually find it quite intriguing. I don't know. I find the whole thing. If I start thinking about it, about from when we were born and bred, and how women got boobs and men got these, and blah 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 blah, it becomes too deep. It becomes too deep of a thing for me. I'm like, okay, because I find it just interesting, like how everything was formed and done and where it all started and this and that. And why is it that women have this many ribs and men have this many ribs and blah blah blah? Why did women grow these things? And I don't know. It's just and one of the biggest things that I'd always wondered for a long time, but I don't wonder anymore, was, is there something after we die? Like what happens? Like, well, what exists after we die? But now that I know the answer for the most part, I just know that there's the another side, then it's like, whew, okay, well, that one's lifted. That's off my bucket list. Wait, somebody said something here. Oh, there it is. Shelly says, GP, I can suggest you do something to keep your daughter's memory alive. I don't know how old she was, but you're doing rides to raise money for scholarships as an example. Oh, doing rides to raise money, keep your mind busy and you. Yeah.
Yeah.
I seen that they were doing something for Dylan Rounds. Now that you say that, raising money for the K9 unit. Sonny, be glad you're not too different. Oh, water bills. Right? I mean, I probably should. Clench your toes and lessen the desire. Clench my toes? Is that the trick? I'm too lazy to clench my toes. Let's see here. Lisa, you should focus on as where I found my voice. You should focus on demotivational section of self-help. Okay. You guys, I know. Let's see. I enjoy your show. Hold on. I see something here I want to answer. I enjoy your show, and I've always been involved watching about the Delphi case. Well, yeah, but it just sucks. I was wrong. I thought I had this thing. Thought that I had. Thought I for sure it was KD. Darn it all. Thought I had it all. Every puzzle piece fit together. You know. Either way, I hope the girls get justice. For the Delphi case for sure. I still, it just blows me away. Richard Allen.
32.
32? Was she 32?
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Hmm.
Yeah. Forever 32. Yeah.
No.
Well, not really. Up in heaven, you can pick whatever age you want to be. To be honest with you. I'll be shocked if Abby Live Stories doesn't come out. It will be a movie. It will absolutely be a movie.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
There's a book coming out. There's already a book coming out by the guys that did True Crime Garage.
Are they doing a book?
It comes out May 3rd, I think. Nick, what's his name?
Oh, and so what? So they know the whole story, I guess, already, or is it just part one of their series?
I think Finding BG or something. I can't remember what the name of it is.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's better than Chris Todd's book about Ron Logan did it.
Talk about bad timing. Sorry.
Yeah, right? Anyways,
Poor guy still had to go out and promote that book even after Richard Allen was arrested. And he's still trying to.
I mean, I'm sorry, but yeah,
Well, some people are still on that wagon.
By the way, and that's not even his real name. We all like, just for anyone that doesn't know that, Chris Todd's real name is not Chris Todd.
That's his. But that isn't that his name. But that's the name he kind of uses.
Yeah.
Like his pen.
Yeah. Isn't Greeno? Yeah, is Greeno doing one?
Oh God.
I think
He was working on a manuscript while in jail. Who knows what it was about?
Right. I'll wait for the final version. Love you all. See you soon.
Maybe he'll have more time to finish it.
Hey, I thought we were going to end 41 minutes ago, guys.
I know. Right?
Yeah. Anyways, you guys, we will see you Monday membership. Thank you again to Ben and to Skittles and to Miss Dog Lover. And to, I think that's it. Did I miss anyone? Skittles, because Skittles did that and that. Miss Dog Lover. Miss Dog
Lover. Thank you so much.
Hold on. Wait. Oh, Charmaine.
And Charmaine.
Ben.
Yeah, no, I already said Ben. Yeah.
Oh, you said Ben. Okay.
And yes, Skittles.
Yeah. Like I said, I really love it when people get memberships out of the whole thing, because it just gives them a month to experience using the emoticons and come into the Facebook Live or Facebook group if you want to. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not the biggest Facebook person. I really don't spend a lot of time in there myself. Besides me posting this stuff, I gotta get better at certain things. I'm not really the best. Yeah. I'm just kind of like a little worker bee going ding, 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 share. But anyways, you guys, thank you guys so much for all that. Thank you guys for joining me last night with my husband and his 8 years being here in Canada. And yeah, love you guys. Thank you guys very much. And Callie, girl. Yeah. Love you, Callie.
Thank you.
Girl.
Have a good night, everyone.
You guys feel better. And Ginger, again, prayers to you. Love you and take care and have a good night. Thank you so much, guys. Bye, Kyle.
Bye, everybody. Have a good night.
Good night.